Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. It's the True Big Blue Podcast Wednesday night with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk, Classified 3F with Joe. We got Super Taj in the building. Can't call him the hardest working man on Twitter anymore. He has resigned. He sold his shares of the company, and now he's living his best life.
Yep. hmm
Big Blue Lou will be on in a little while. Hopefully, you'll be able to come on tonight, Miz. A couple of other guys. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to come in and chat with us for a little bit in the beginning. Michael R, what's going on? Tommy, for one, Tommy, thank you for tuning in. Joey, thank you for tuning in. He says, thank y'all for doing a live because these other lives just don't do it. Well, we're here for you, brother.
Yep,
Reek,
that's
what's
right.
going on?
Rick.
But Mr. Prov, thank you for tuning in. So we got a couple of subjects to talk about tonight. You know, we're getting ready to play the Cowboys on Monday night,
Yep.
but we're gonna get into the big news that happened today. Wells, Miz, what's going on? The big news that happened today, Mr. Can't Get Right Kenny Galloday has finally spoken out about his playing time. I've been waiting for him to do it, and he spoke out about it today. I'm just gonna play a little clip about how he went about his business today. I don't agree with it, but let's play a little clip about how it went down today. Hold on, I gotta share the screen again. Duh. Hold on one second.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Y'all know we gotta go to the Big Blue Crew chat. If I could find it, here we go. Hold on one second, guys. Let me find it again. We're gonna listen to Mr. Kenny Galladay or what he had to say. Here we go. Can you hear it?
Very
A little
fake.
bit.
Bottom line is, if you're on the field every day and other people aren't, you should be playing time because you're playing regardless.
I should be playing regardless.
If you are not going to play, do you want to be here? You are not. This is going to be your playing time. Do you want to be here?
We're not gonna get into all that right now. But we're going into week 3. We're gonna see how it goes. There's a lot of football left. I mean, I really didn't, have a choice. Like I said, I don't agree with it.
Bottom line is, if you're on the field every day and other people aren't, you should be playing time because you're playing time.
I should be playing regardless.
Bottom line, if you are not going to play, do you want to be here? You are not. This is going to be your playing time. Do you want to be here?
We're not gonna get into all that right now. But we're going into week 3. We're gonna see how it goes. There's a lot of football left.
Now, according to Mr. Kenny Galladay, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Michael Andrews, Zach the Potato. Tudo with the 4.99 super chat. He says, salute Pat, Joe, Taj, Wells, Tommy, and for all diehard Giants
Tudo.
fans in America, slap all stinky boys, losers out the door. All day, F the cowards next Monday. Yes, thank you, Tudo, for tuning in. Let's see what you guys have to say a little bit in the chat before I chime in, and I'll let Joe and Taj chime in as well. He says KG Sour he has to produce and strap it up and pause and strap it up and put his foot in the dirt, thinking we expecting the non-commitment to give full effort. He thinks he's getting special treatment. That may be the case. Zach the Potato, he says, I feel bad for Kenny Galladay. He finally catching the ball, and the coach like, now I wouldn't need you. I wouldn't need you, and the coach don't need the best rookie you had last you. I got to figure out what that meant. Zach Potato, he says, you know who else should be mad? Tony. He came back for the team and doesn't even get to play. We'll talk about that. He says we had to get rid of the Garrett Judge now. KG, he doesn't fit the scheme due to lack of production. He is in the future plans and taking a cap hit next year, so he has to go. So why play him? Hey, I mean, those are some harsh words. He says, I understand why he's upset, but he shouldn't say it to the media. That is very true. He says, we playing who is staying and giving them the reps, but KG said coaches are just co-workers, nothing more, nothing less. And it's crazy he has that attitude. I didn't hear about that, but man, that is a vicious attitude. He could try to do better, but look at his rookie receivers from last year. They don't even play him. He says, make KG line up at tight end. What's going on, White Lotus? Thank you for tuning in. Now, today he was asked about his playing time, and as you heard, he said, I should be playing regardless of what the situation is, and that's a fact. They also asked him, would he ask for a trade if the non-playing continues to happen, and he says, we'll see. Now, given Kenny Galladay's playing time, you know that he barely played last week. He only got 2 snaps last week. I think one of the snaps was the Bellinger touchdown. And I'm gonna say this situation is not what a young team needs that's trying to build themselves into winners. This is a situation that this organization really doesn't need right now. But I believe that our coaching and the culture that's being our coaching and the culture that's being built in the building can overcome this. And I don't think it would make too much of a hiccup in the organization if they have to handle it. Me personally, I'll give him another opportunity against the Cowboys, see if he can get some catches and do his thing there. But you continue to talk the way you're going to talk, we're going to find a way to bench you for the rest of the season, and then you know what happens after that. Um, I do believe that he can turn into a distraction. I don't know how much of a hold he has on that locker room. It really doesn't seem like he has much hold on the locker room because of the way the culture has been built. And Michael Andrews, you're absolutely right. They asked Kadarius Toney the same questions, and he said, "We won the game. It really don't matter if I play one play or not." And that's coming from a second-year receiver that's making way less than what than what Kenny Galloday is. So the immature one is actually one that answered the question maturely. So I'm gonna get to my panel. Hopefully, some more guys come on soon. Joe, what do you think about this whole situation?
I could care less.
He said he could care less.
Hey, Monday Night Football. Dallas versus the Giants. Let's go! Woo!
Well, you hear what Joe had to say. He said he could care less.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the
I'm
same
not
way.
taking it up right now. I'm taking
Low
the
key.
clean.
Hey, if anybody in the chat that wants to come on and say their piece about this situation, I'll put the link in the chat. But my co-host say they don't give a damn.
I
Right
feel him.
now, I don't. Oh my god, I got some good
Oh
time.
man.
Woo!
Tudo, he says KG's problems are all about his own reputation and paychecks. He don't care about and winning games. Unfortunately, we have similar a-holes here in pro rugby and most sports. I mean, true, but I do believe that he wants to play it. I
Listen,
will give him that.
all right. Here's the lowdown on this Katie Galladay thing. Again, I don't give a rat's behind what's going on right now. He's either good or he's not good, and I don't know. Maybe listen. Maybe the coaching staff and the GM don't like him. They said, or maybe something was said that we don't know, that we won't hear, or will come out later. What does it matter? I want him out there. I want him hitting pads. I want him making catches. That's what I want him to do. And if he's doing it good and he's doing right, he's playing. He's not going to be right. He's second string or third. Hey, it is what it is.
I will say this. I understand his frustration, Joe. I understand his frustration about not getting the playing time with people like David Seals are getting more playing time to him.
A
And
practice squad player.
yeah, and Richie James getting more practice. I mean, more playing time, significantly more playing time, and they could come in the locker room tell you that you're going to be benched for
Yeah.
David Seals,
I,
and I'm supposed to be the number one receiver. When I was brought here, I was told this, and maybe the new regime. He's saying that the new regime is telling him that he's doing everything right, but he's only getting 2 plays in the game, and maybe him and the coaching staff had some words as far as his playing time, and maybe the coaching staff gave him, what do you call, a vote of confidence or whatever you want to call it, and the results are not what the coaching staff may have promised him. Let's try to dig deep into it, because honestly I don't give a damn about it either, because we're winning and you're not playing, and we're still winning. But if you really want to go deep into it, were some things said to him, were some things promised to him that hasn't been fulfilled by this coaching staff? That could be true. Maybe Dabo and Kafka told him, "Hey, look, we're going to use you in this type of way." But when he was on the field, they seen that maybe this is not going to work with him, because he's just not the same player. Or he's just not what we want in a receiver, and it's a cutthroat league. Brian Dabo was coaching for his job, no matter what people say. Yeah, it's just his first year, but if he would have went 0-15 or 2-15, you don't think this organization would have been looking at Brian Dabo sideways, saying that you're worse than Joe Judge? At least Joe Judge went 4-13. So he really can't play to lose, and I don't think Brian Dabo or Joe Shane have a tank bone in their bodies saying, "Hey, look, we're just going to tank and get our quarterback this upcoming year." They don't have that in them. They want to win. They want to prove that they deserve the jobs that they got in this league. And maybe they just seen that Kenny Galloday is not what they want in that receiver position. And maybe none of these guys are what they want in the receiver position. Let's be honest. Maybe none of these guys are what they want. That's probably why they're having such a tough time with the passing plays. But I don't know, Joe. I mean, if you want to comment on, I know you say you don't care, but
I
if
don't.
you want to make a
Why
comment
should
on
I?
that,
Why should I? Look, the man's got a problem with the coaches. Hey, I'm not sold on your scenario.
Coaches.
I'm not still sold on your scheme. I don't. How how the hell is this gonna work? Hey, it could be as little as that. My contract. I'm getting paid 17 million a year, but whether or not you like it, and I'd like to start winning. Okay, I saw something, but what's the main thing you can? Maybe that's what it is. Who cares if it isn't?
I mean, it's true. We're gonna get back to the chat for a second before I let Miz and Tommy go. What's going on, Miz and Tommy?
What's up, Pat? What's going on?
Good, good.
All right, big play, Slade. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on, Slade? We're gonna see you guys real soon too, Eagle fan. But he says, I think the Giants ride high on their momentum. I picked Dallas in this game in the offseason. And again, like I've mentioned before, it's usually always a close game. That is true. Miz is right there. Mr. Prov, thank you for tuning in, bro. He says, there's no David Sills and Richie James. No way David Sills and Richie James are better than Galloday. I can agree with that too, but
yeah, I agree with that. But I mean,
he says Kenny and Kadarius will bounce back this week. Start them this week on your fantasy team. I doubt it, brother. I doubt it. Oh, here comes the man. NYG22, what's going on, brother? Zach the Potato, he says KG did help you win week 1. Yes, he did. He had 2 catches for 22 yards. He got a pretty good first down that first game. I'll give him that. David Sills can't ever catch the ball. Well, he got 3 catches last week.
Big
No way,
catches.
James. He says, Mr. Pross says, no way James is better than Sills and Galloday. I mean, no way Sills and James are better than Galloday. True. Maybe Jones doesn't trust Galloday to catch the ball, but Jones does miss seeing some receivers that are open. Both can be true. Haters are bucking at Jones for more points, but DJ doesn't have the weapons. You're going to need Galloday and Tony against good teams. Yeah, we are. Keith said, Marley Marr, what's going on? He says Kenny will be fine. Kenny is mad as hell and now feels disrespected. Yes, he does. Evening, gentlemen. What's going on, Deception? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for
Yes.
putting people's links in the chat. Thank you. Zachary Tato says KG is better than Sterling Shepard. Not when Sterling Shepard is healthy. I'll take Sterling Shepard over Kenny Galloday
Yes.
twice on a Sunday. But Miz, I promised the Miz, he said he wanted to come on and speak his piece. We're
What's
going to
going
give the
on?
floor to Miz for a second, then we're going to hop to Tommy, and then we're going to hop to NYG. I know NYG has a lot to say as well. I can't wait to hear what he has to say, as well as Tommy. But Miz, go ahead.
Oh, all right, man. I know we spoke earlier. Just my take on Galladay is I take a little bit of a different take. Uh, maybe, maybe, maybe I like the guy. I don't know, but I feel like I'm gonna back this guy up. I believe that he's not. He might have went about it wrong out of the heat of the moment last Sunday. A lot of people, if you've played sports or if you're a competitor, you could understand in the heat of the moment. You're very passionate and you do things that you regret a couple of hours later. But I think that Galladay's point is it's accepted by me. He came here, he got a $72 million deal, and he didn't just come here to collect the money and not give a shit. I really feel like he cares. I feel like he wants to play football and he wants to get some targets. And they do not throw the ball to this guy at all. We cannot sit here and make believe that they've used him and that he's checked out. If he's checked out in some percentage of a way, it's because he's become a non-factor, a shadow. And you're starting Seals over Kenny Galladay, not for nothing. If that was me, that's a spit in my face. And maybe the coach is doing it to light the fire under Kenny Galladay. Well, we're gonna find out. And I would love to see Kenny Galladay catch a touchdown or be a factor in this game Monday night. And I think if you gave him an opportunity, I think that he can still play football. And that's my feel about him. No, he's not going to be here next year. We know that. But he's here right now, and we do need some weapons down the field.
Yeah, we need bodies.
Yeah, I think Kenny Galladay can do things down the field, man. I mean, he's tall. Sometimes maybe Jones just has to toss it up in the air and close his eyes and hope that Kenny Galladay is going to go out jump his man, which we know he could do. He's never going to get the 5-yard separation that Shepard gets. But what he could do is if you just throw the ball, even though you know you're not throwing it directly at wide open person, he'll win that jump ball. I really believe he would. So you got to take a shot to him, man. And I also think that if we're going to win this game Monday, we're going to have to take a couple of shots down the field. Jones is going to have to make some passes down the field.
All right, well,
that's my take on Kenny Galladay.
Okay, Miz. Well, let me be petty for a second, and then I'm going to let Tommy and NYG go. Sorry, guys. I just want to be petty with Miz for 1 second.
No, go ahead.
You are the guy that when we mention a receiver's name, Mr. Kadarius Toney, the first word you bring up is clown.
Right?
Is that true?
Yes. Okay,
so you say Kadarius Toney is a clown for various reasons, and they're valid. Let's not act like they're not valid. But you say he's a clown because he may not know the playbook. You say that he's not going 100%. You say that there's things outside of football that he wants to participate in, and he's not focused. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about Kenny Galloday.
Okay.
Is Kenny Galloday focused?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Do you think Kenny Galloday is all about the team right now?
Well, if you're going to walk out of the locker room early, you're not about the team. If you're going to bitch and cry about that you didn't play and you're bigger than you're the man on the team and you're not playing, then yeah, you're being selfish. You're right about that. He's not being a teammate. But
Shout
also,
out.
what I would come back to you with, put yourself in, like you said earlier, put yourself in his situation. The man is not getting to play the way he knows he could play, so he feels like he's disrespected. I mean, let's be honest. Seal is not a hair on Kenny's nuts. To be honest, I'm gonna be real with you right now. It's a disrespect to put that man on the bench the whole game. Now, if Coach Darble has a strategy about this, then I guess we're gonna see. So I'm not saying the coach doesn't have something planned. Maybe this gets Kenny going. Maybe he steps up and finally plays big time football. I guess we're gonna find out Monday. But I understand what you're saying. I agree with you, Pat. I see what you're saying. You're saying I call Tony a clown for some of the same things that Kenny Galloday does, but I'm not calling Kenny Galloday a clown. I see what you're saying.
Also, here's another thing, Miz. You do know Kadarius Toney was asked the same amount of questions about the same stuff, about the playing time and everything. And guess what the clown said? Kadarius Toney said, I don't care about that. As long as we got the win, who cares? You want $1? I played a couple of snaps, but we still won. That's all that matters.
Right.
But
But
the veteran who you say should feel disrespected, I think Kadarius Toney should feel disrespected as well. That Seals and people like Richie James are getting way more clock than he's getting. And maybe it is the hamstring that's hampering him a little bit, but at least he answered the question in a professional way. The clown did. Not the veteran, the clown.
well, I got an answer for that. Because I believe Tony understands what the media is up to. And so he doesn't speak from his emotion angrily. He knows how to smile and not give them what they want to hear. Where Kenny Galladay, I feel, is talking straight from his emotion. Like he's angry right now and he's telling you how he feels, which is not always a bad thing. I feel that could be totally true.
And chat, you're saying some very good questions, but I have to let my other two guys on the panel speak their piece. They've been waiting patiently, so we're gonna get to Tommy. Tommy, tell me what you got about this whole Kenny Galladay situation. Then we're gonna get to NYG. I know he has a lot to say. So, Tommy, what you got for me, brother? Tommy, you there? Okay. NYG, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Pat?
Yeah, I can hear you, NYG. What you got on the KG situation until Tommy gets back?
Man, let me tell you something. Um,
Yeah,
I've
go ahead,
been
go ahead. Let NYG get it.
what's good, Tommy? I've been saying what's good, Pat. What's good, panel? Joe, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Taj and you too, Miss. But look, man, Kenny Galladay. I've been saying Kenny Galladay does not want to be on the New York Giants.
You been saying that.
Kenny Galladay is a player that has come off injuries. I give him that. But he's a player that's not motivated. For whatever reason, he doesn't believe in the scheme or he doesn't fit the scheme. I don't think he necessarily believes in the quarterback. And Kenny Galladay is airing his frustrations out right now. Meanwhile, to your point, Darius Slayton has a set of word about his playing time. And he had to take a pay cut while Kenny Galladay is making $72 million. I'm not giving Kenny Galladay a pass at all because you don't give Daniel Jones a pass. You don't give Saquon Barkley a pass. You don't give Darius Slayton a pass. You don't give O'Shane Jimenez a pass. Why in the freaking crap are you going to give somebody that's making $72 million that's willing to go into the media and cause drama for the team that's 2-0? Kenny Galladay gets no slack from me. I'm not going to apologize for Kenny Galladay at all. There's ways to do things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you think about him, yeah, he does. He shouldn't be on the bench over David Sills. As Pat say, the preseason Hulk Hogan. I understand that. But still, what do you offer in the team? You run lazy. We seen tape on Kenny Galladay. Stop playing. He runs lazy routes. He doesn't get open, and he doesn't seem to have a connection with the quarterback. So, what 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 is the conversation here? What do you do with Kenny Galladay? I don't know, but you got to get him away from this team because he's going to ruin the chemistry in your locker room. The chemistry that Brian Dable is building right now, Kenny Galladay is going to ruin if he's still on this team. He stays on this team, I promise you that.
It's gonna
So
cost
you,
us.
I want to ask NYG one question before I let
Go
you
ahead.
go, Tommy. So you think that Kenny Galladay has enough pull in this locker room to influence some people to go the other way about the new culture that's being built in this locker room? You think that you think that people would listen to Kenny Galladay in the locker room? I really want to hear your take on that. Do you really
I do.
believe people will listen to him? And if so, who are those people you think will listen to him?
It's going to be the young guys. You know what I'm saying? You looking at who got the echo? Is that you, Nimmer? Just the echo? All right, there we go. So I do believe it's the young guys. It's Kadarius Tony. You know what I'm saying? And you looking at guys even on the defense, like even a Kayvon Thibodeau. How you think he feels about Kenny Galladay's situation? Now, Kayvon Thibodeau has a different personality.
I was
We
going to say, I
already
think
know.
he feels just like how Joe does. He don't give a shit.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
So,
Like Thibodeau's a different cat,
but
bro.
What the hell am I supposed to be doing? You know, what he does tomorrow has nothing to do with my day. We can talk about it, have fun with it, but seriously, what does he do that it disturbs our day?
nothing.
Nothing.
That's a
I
real
Not,
ain't
not,
saying
nothing.
nothing.
So why worry about that shit? You can say what you feel, laugh about it, or laugh about it angrily. I'm gonna choke that son of a. Hey, that too. But at the end of the day, life goes on.
Fact.
The end.
I totally agree with Joe, and I agree with you as well, Ken, on that NYG. The only thing I don't agree with you on about the Kenny Galladay take is I don't think he has any pull in his locker room. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
The only guy that he may be able to affect is Kadarius Tony because he's going through a similar situation.
that's what I'm thinking too, Pat. I think I
That's
agree with
about the
you.
only guy that I think that he can,
Now that I
turn
think
and
about it, yeah.
like who was Kenny Galladay to have any pull in the locker room? Especially not a damn Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau don't give a
I
shit
mean, I
about
think
nothing but go out there
yeah,
and produce.
I think I think KT, Kayvon Thibodeau, that is. I think him coming back is going to set the tone. You know what I'm saying for this team moving forward. I think
Ooh.
they got to get. They got what up, Big Lou? What's up, Big
What's
Bro?
up,
What
Blue?
up? What up? What up, fellas?
Good,
Big
man.
Blue.
But I think they definitely got to get Kenny Galladay out of there because
Can
he just it's the chemistry, man. It's not going to work, man. It's
can I
not going
say
to
my
work.
take? Can I say my
Go
take on
ahead,
Kenny
man.
Galladay?
Speak your piece, man.
No, Lou, you can't.
Oh, he's going.
Out of respect for my brother's channel, I'm gonna keep it PG. This mother flower, this scum sucking, low life existence having. Oh wait, what my boy Dola might say? That's the perfect. Oh, what? Oh, what was the line in Dolomite?
Oh, I can't even think of it right now. I can't even
Oh
think. I
my
know what you're
God!
talking about.
Listen,
It
this dude,
it's funny as hell too.
This
Damn, I can't
dude
think of
has came over here, robbed us for a contract. Underperformed is an understatement. This dude literally has been making millions to do nothing but jumping jacks and run laps and watch film. This man has not produced more than 5 first downs his entire tenure as a New York Giant. This man has not produced more than 5 touchdowns as his tenure as a New York Giant.
He hasn't got one touchdown.
Right. But I'm just, keeping it on a basic 5. You know, you haven't had 5 games with 100 yards. You have no leverage. You have nobody in the locker room. They didn't draft you. They didn't trade for you. You came here on a bogus deal that you should have never got, and you've hindered this team the entire time you've been here. And now you got the nerve to say that you should be on the field regardless. Why? When you've been on the field, you haven't produced. You haven't created separation. The balls that have been thrown your way, you haven't grabbed. Why should you be on the field regardless? Colin Johnson showed us more in an offseason and a few games than you have your whole time here. Why should you be on the field regardless? Richie James has done more than you in his short time here. Seals has done more than you in his short time here. Seals, preseason Hulk Hogan, has done more than you in his short time here. So please tell me where in the entire fuck you get the audacity to say, I should be on the field regardless. In whose universe, sir? What are you, Bizarro Superman world? Where everything's backwards? You get paid for sucking? You suck, sir. You don't deserve a contract in the USFL, regardless. The hell you mean you supposed to be on the field regardless? This was the old school New York back in the day. They'd have whooped your ass themselves and threw you out of Quest Diagnostics. Shit. Paparazzi wouldn't even ask no question. They was like, shit, if y'all ain't do it, we was gonna do it. Shit. Dude, trash, man. Again, he is the juice that coagulates at the bottom of a dumpster behind a restaurant. He is dumpster juice. He is beyond trash. Dude is caca. Back to you, Pat.
Tommy.
What's good? Man,
Tommy,
that
what
boy
you got
silly.
to say about it, Tommy?
I agree with a lot of it. But to his defense, you got to think about KG. What team actually has a receiver like KG? What team uses a KG? There's really not teams like that. Adams is a get open receiver. Hopkins is a get open receiver. So there's really
Tommy?
not. Yeah.
What's up, Tommy?
What's good, Luke?
The only thing I got to say to that is, what has KG done for me lately?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, honestly. No, I think that.
Yeah.
But see, we gotta remember this too though. He got put into Judge's bullshit. His old crazy stuff. He got put into no coaching, no play calling, injuries, all that stuff. Jones really not a sure quarterback, get the ball out of his hand, make the right passes at the right time. He's developing into that right now. So, like, Galloday doesn't need this team, definitely, because it's not ready for him. It's ready for more shifty receivers, right? Robinson, Tony, Shep, Seals even, right? More of those receivers, more shifty, get open, find the spot, sit there. There's really no teams that use a Galloday, though. There's no schemes that really have a big receiver like that.
Thank you for the view, Zach the Potato. Appreciate it.
Hold on. No.
And he's done.
I'm going to talk about that one. So both the teams you beat suck ass. Okay. The teams we beat, who was the next opponent? The Buffalo Bills. Them slobs, the bunch of gutters who were whatever. Okay.
I forgot what team Zach the Potato roots for. That's why he's been in the chat saying all the crazy
Probably
stuff.
an Eagles fan. He's an Eagles fan.
I think he's
Hey,
either an
Yeah,
Eagles fan or a Dallas fan. He might be a 49ers fan. It's one of them.
He's an Eagle
yeah.
fan.
So what I was just saying is just that KG, he ain't done nothing. He had Stafford that is a gunslinger. So maybe he needs a different quarterback. Maybe he needs a different scheme. But his attitude just ain't been there. Because any receiver that really want it, they're gonna be more productive. Any receiver that really want it, they're gonna give more effort, more initiative. And for him to tell the news that coaches are just coaches, nothing more, nothing less. I'm not here to make friends. When you have that type of attitude, that means that you're not in sync with what's going on in the building. The
Yeah, see,
building
I
is
didn't
rolling.
hear him say that.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's
He said all
another
types of
thing.
big stuff. So the building is rolling without him. It's rolling without him. And Coach Dabble is more like, hey man,
All right,
if you want to
Skyler.
get on the field, show me. Show me that you want to get out there. Show me that you're gonna make these catches in practice and get open and do what you're supposed to do. But since he feels he's the $1 million man, he needs to go ahead and be already on the field. And Dabble's like, nah, I'm giving equal opportunity to everybody. I'm looking from bottom to top, top to bottom, because I'm making cuts as I go. This ain't gonna be the final 53 later on.
Have a
I'm
good night,
continuing
Skylar.
adjusting it. So it's just an
Yeah,
adjustment, man. It's gonna be adjustment for him. His attitude just ain't there. The coaches ain't feeling it. The coaches they sticking to their guns. They like, we don't care you the big dog or not. I'm the big dog. I'm the coach.
The
You playing.
team is the big dog, and
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely,
people need to get on board with.
absolutely,
If this
absolutely,
man is going to create a cancer in the locker room, get
absolutely.
him the F out of there.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
absolutely,
care how much of
absolutely.
a star he is, how much his contract is worth. If he's going to start some freaking negativity, some cancerous shit that's going to
Right,
spread through that locker room,
right.
get his ass out. I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah. You got to
Listen,
get him out quick.
because you just got this team to turn around and buy in and fight and be scrappy and gritty and find ways to win as opposed to finding ways to lose, which is what we've been doing for the last 5 seasons at least,
True.
finding ways to lose.
Right,
Okay. Now
right.
this team is bought in. You've been able to get 2 big wins without
mhm.
Kenny Galloday, without Aziz, without Tibbs.
We got the
You
B
know what I'm
team out
saying?
there. We've been winning with the B
So
team.
keep his ass off of the fucking field.
Hold on.
You've proven that you can win without him. Find a suitable replacement and find him soon. Get him acclimated to the playbook and throw his ass in there.
And
We
you know what's
don't
the
need
crazy
that
thing,
shit.
Lou? The
Huh?
crazy thing, Lou. The crazy thing about it is, it's cheaper for us to get rid of him. Because if we keep him on the books next year, it's gonna hit us like 20 million or something.
There's no reason for him to
He's
be
not
on
going
the
to be
books
on the
next
team
year.
next year.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he ain't. But what I'm saying,
He better not be on the
only
Uh,
team.
bet
it's
is to
cheaper
get
to
rid of
just
him.
release him after this season because if
Yeah,
you
our
release
only
him
bet
now, we
is to.
lose $4.5 million
Yeah,
if
we're
you
gonna
release him
lose
now.
less, way
We only
less.
got
When is
5 million.
there's a trade deadline in the middle of the season, ain't it?
We're gonna lose way less by
Nobody's
getting
taking
rid of
him,
him.
Lou. Nobody's
But
taking him.
we only got 5 million, so they can't
You
lose
bundle his
4.5
ass like a progressive package. I
We're
keep
gonna
trying to
lose
tell
way
It
y'all.
less.
don't
Get rid
matter
of him.
how you bundle them,
Would
man.
I would I
Y'all
would I
don't get the
say
salary cap, man.
would
You
I
only
say
got
Yeah.
Lou
$5 million. Lou
Lou
just saying
Pat
that to piss me off, man. But
Yeah,
one
nah,
second,
gotta get rid of
NYG.
him.
One
Gotta get
second,
rid of him.
NYG.
go ahead.
Miz, you wanted to say something? Go ahead, real quick.
No, I just wanted to explain. You guys probably know this, but I just wanted to say this
Big
on
Styles.
Galladay's
Stop.
behalf. Just not about the Giants. Kenny Galladay, right? If you go back and look at his film from when he played with Detroit, and he balled out, right, to a degree. If you look at the way
Until he
Galladay
hurt his
plays,
hip.
right? No, forget the hip. Forget the hip. Nothing has changed. Galladay was never a separation receiver. He never got open by
Yeah.
5, 10 yards. Galladay was a guy where you threw the ball at him and the
Five. Yeah.
defender, and he went and took it away all the time. You have to trust by lobbing him the ball. You had to trust him that he would go grab it. And Daniel Jones does not have that trust with him, so it's not going to work. He keeps waiting for Galladay to get separation. He was never in his career a separation receiver.
That
And
is
I think
true.
that's the problem.
Okay.
That
And to
is
your
true.
point, did you do your video on that already, Pat?
What about Kenny Galladay? That's gonna be
No,
Friday.
no, about DJ right side, left side, center. You did that
That's
already,
gonna be
right?
Friday. That's gonna
Okay.
be
All
Friday
right.
in the
Never
film
mind.
review.
Then I ain't gonna say nothing. I'll wait. I'll hold my comment until after he makes his film.
So
But
wait,
I mean,
just to finish up, Pat. Just it's not a knock on Galloday and it's not a knock on Jones. Like, just listen to what I'm saying right here. Daniel Jones is under pressure to try to protect the football now.
And he doesn't trust them guys to come up with the ball. I get
Not
it.
even them guys. We're talking about Kenny Galladay. He will not throw the ball and think in his mind Kenny Galladay will go get it, even though I'm throwing it right in between him and the defender. He has no confidence in, so he doesn't even throw him the ball. And
Okay,
Kenny
but
Galladay right
again,
now, he
your
is
point.
frustrated.
To your point, Miz, when you go back and you watch these games, do you see Kenny Galladay running routes like he's gonna go get that ball, or is he jogging?
But
So
Lou,
if you're the
they don't throw him the ball at all. So yeah,
is,
halfway through the
it
game,
is.
he stops running.
But if you're the quarterback and you need him to get open and you look over and he's jogging his route, are you gonna trust him?
Well, my thing with that is, Lou, we're not at the game to see if he's jogging every route.
that's
Shit,
why
even
we're gonna do.
when he's in a full sprint, he's jogging.
Well, what I'm saying, he's not a fast guy. That's what I'm saying. He was never a speed guy.
Okay, and if you need him to go up and get the ball and this motherfucker looks like he's moving in slow motion, it would make you kind of hesitant to throw the ball that way.
Well, that's why he is a different type of receiver. Even though you're worried that he's not gonna go get it, you have to throw the ball up in the air and trust that he's gonna go jump up and grab it. That's the
Okay,
type of receiver he is.
okay, but when you're Daniel Jones and you're on your last leg and you're in a win it all or lose your fucking job season, are you gonna gamble on somebody like him? No.
No, so then it's not a good match. That's all. It's over. Let's
I
put
would
it that
say
way.
I would say this, and I think NYG wanted to go, so I'm gonna let him go in a second. I will say this. I think you both guys are both correct. I think DJ does not have trust in throwing those 50-50 balls to Kenny Galladay because of what's been going on, because of the slowness of his routes, and because the frowning that you always see Kenny Galladay do. But on the other hand, Miz is correct as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Galladay is a receiver that you have to throw those 50-50 balls to because that's just what he does. And he did it at a
In
tremendously
Detroit,
great
his whole
clip in
career in
Detroit
Detroit,
when
yeah.
Matthew
You gotta
Stafford was
hit
throwing up to
Kenny
him.
in route. You gotta hit him at the right time. It ain't like a Jones. You know, he kind of looks and hits you a little late, gets the ball deep a little late. You really got to be on time with KG because, like you said, he's not too mobile.
The main thing with DJ that he's going to have to work on if he wants to be the future quarterback of the Giants is he's going to have to trust himself more. You're going to have to be a quarterback that can throw receivers open.
Play
The
loose.
misses that the misses that he has is that he waits for the receiver to break open and then he hits him. He has to know that this is the NFL. One
Mm-hmm.
yard of separation is open.
Bingo.
So, like I said, I'm backing Daniel Jones, but I'll never tell you that he's flawless. No, he has some imperfections that he
Oh,
really
of
has to
course.
work on in order to be that elite quarterback that everybody wants him to be. He's a good quarterback to me, but everybody wants him to be that elite quarterback or he sucks. And that's unfair as well. But to be an elite quarterback, you have to be that type of quarterback that can throw receivers open. You see 1 inch of space, you put that ball right there in the spot that only he could come up with it, and you expect him to come up with that ball. But NYG, go ahead and say your piece real quick, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, Pat, man. Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, man. Shout out to Coach, man. Coach in the chat,
Coach
man.
Ed.
I hope
What's
everything
going
is
on,
good with
Coach
you,
Ed?
brother,
Hope that
man.
everything is
You know
okay
what
with you,
I'm saying?
brother.
For real, man. Um, Shout out to Coach, man. But
Cool.
yeah, Kenny Galladay, man. As far as Kenny Galladay is, I mean, the contract is what it is, so it's it's tough to get out of that given the situation. Um, I would I would suspend Kenny Galladay. Um, and the reason why I say that is because it's not just like this is this year. If you remember last year in the Washington game, Kenny Galladay blew up. Now that was kind of overblown. I get that, but still, the fact of the matter is This guy wants to be the focal point of this offense, and he's not. He's he's
Messing up his
clearly
money.
regressed. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly regressed. So now, what do you do with him? Well, you don't want to start him, obviously, and you don't have any way to cut him or trade him. So the only other option is to suspend the guy and get him away from the team if you think he's going to cause a problem in the locker room, which I think he will, because you got veteran guys in that locker room as well that's looking at it from a different standpoint, to where it's like, okay, this guy's getting paid, but he's not getting no shine time. So now you got to understand with Kenny Galloday going back to Detroit, he's always been hurt. So maybe he still has an injury. I don't know. But the guy does not have the explosiveness that they need in this offense. That's what Kadarius Toney does have, but it's something different with him. You know what I'm saying? So with Kadarius Toney, it's more mental. Now I was at the game. I said this on my podcast last night. I seen Darius Slayton tap Kadarius Toney on a play and tell him to move from the right outside hash to the inside slot, because Kadarius Toney does not know where to line up in his
Mira,
offense.
desgraciado.
You know what I'm saying? So there is something there with Kadarius Toney where he does not know the offense. The guy is clearly dynamic, and I don't think he's a head case, as some people try to make him out to be. He clearly loves the team. He's in, he's with Daniel Jones. You see him in the pictures hugging Daniel Jones. I think they asked him a question. He says, "Nah, I just want to win." Like, I think the guy wants to win. I don't think he's Kenny Galloday. I think Kenny Galloday wants to be off the team because Kenny Galloday wants to go somewhere where he can get the football. That's point blank, period, man. That
I'll
is
be
what it
honest
is.
with you, NYG. You can't
Yeah.
really blame him for that. I just think it's just a huge misunderstanding in what the roles were, because
It's just
it
a
just
bad mix.
turned it. Yeah, it's just a bad mix. I think
Right.
DJ is not a great quarterback for Kenny Galladay, and I don't think Kenny Galladay is a great receiver for this system.
Yeah,
And
I
we
agree
got
with
a
that.
coach. We got a coach that don't give a damn about feelings. I'll be honest with you. I can look at him and tell that he doesn't give a damn about feelings. You don't give a damn about how big your paycheck is or your draft status. And if he feels that you're not gonna be productive on the field in order to get a win, he's not gonna play you. I think we're gonna have a whole new cast of receivers after this year. Just to be honest with you, does Kenny Galladay have a gripe that he should have? Yes, but unfortunately for him, the effort is not backing up his gripe. He does deserve a gripe, because I know for a fact Seals is not better than him right now. You can say all that about Kenny Galladay that you want, and this is not me taking up for him, but he's better than David Seals. I promise you he
Yeah,
is.
I agree with that. He
But
definitely
you
is.
got a coach that sees that if I'm not getting 100% effort, I don't give a damn how better you are than the next guy. If he's going out there giving me 100% effort, that's the guy that's going to play. And that's rubbing Kenny Galladay the wrong way. And maybe that's the best decision, because we are 2-0. And if Colin Johnson didn't get hurt, he probably won't even get 2 snaps. If Colin Johnson didn't get hurt, because I
I
believe
don't.
Colin
Still
Johnson
is mental,
showed that
man.
he was the receiver for this system that they wanted, that could play that Gabriel Davis role.
I
So the whole Kenny Galladay saga is going to end very bad. I can see it. It's probably going to end with him being maybe suspended, conduct detrimental to the team, or him just completely walking out. But like Joe says, I can really give it now, because we're winning without you. And if you're just going to be a distraction, then it's time for you to go. It's time for us to part ways, as fair as it is or not. Because Daniel Jones can say a lot of shit in the media too that's not fair to him. But he doesn't. He just takes it on the chin and goes out there and performs his best and try to get us a win. So
Facts. Yeah.
go ahead, Nimmer.
I was gonna say I've been also saying it in Twitter lately. I listened to Kenny Galladay's rant today. It is nonsense. It is annoying. I have listened to it. I'm like so pissed off right now. Best is just to cut him or suspend, like NYG says, suspend him. I would
Yeah,
rather cut him because we did it with Blake Martinez. But if we can, then just suspend him.
you can't suspend the guy if he's not doing anything conduct detrimental to the team. He
Yeah.
hasn't got in trouble off the field. He hasn't caused a ruckus in the locker room. Now, if he starts to spread his spiel across the locker room, then yes, you can see about getting him suspended for conduct detrimental. But you can't suspend him from him voicing frustrations to the media, and he's not bashing coaches and saying their names and things like that. He's not doing
Yeah.
that. He hasn't done that. And he shows up to practice. He goes to practice every day, so you can't suspend him for that. It's just a situation where he just might have to sit a $17 million guys this season.
Do you
And
think Pat? Do you think we could cut him, or do you think we would just lose money?
No, you
no,
cannot
you
cut.
cannot cut him.
I don't. We just
We
went
only
over that.
have $5 million in cap space, and if you cut him, he takes 4.8 million of that just to cut him, and then you're still gonna have to pay him for next year. So you actually lose money this year and next year if you cut him. If you can't trade him to a team that will pick up his salary for the rest of this year and pick up his salary for next year, which is roster bonus and everything.
Oh,
So
All
if you
right.
cut him now, you're gonna lose about $21 million this season and next season. That's a stupid move.
Jeffy.
What's up,
That makes
Jeff?
sense.
What's going on, Jeff?
That makes
Joey,
more
what's going
sense.
on?
I was just trying to get like an understanding of it. That makes a lot more sense now.
No, man. Listen, he's here, and the best thing that could happen for us is he gets involved. So I
Right.
don't know.
That's the best thing. But let's get off the Kenny Galladay subject for a second, and let's talk about people saying that Brian Dable and Joe Shane are doing a bad job handling this roster. They say they've made a lot of bad roster moves. It's been reported in the media and on Giants Twitter that the Giants are not handling the roster correctly with moves like cutting Bradbury, cutting Blake Martinez, the cutting of Alex Bachman, the whole Kenny Galladay drama, the whole Kadarius Toney drama, the defensive backfield having to play Cordell Fly outside corner because Rodarius Williams was put on IR and he was kept on the roster as a main cornerback, and then they put him on IR. Just a bunch of stuff about us flipping people from the practice squad to the regular roster, then putting them back on the practice squad. I just want to. I know Joe hasn't spoken in a while. If you do want to speak, Joe, how do you feel these guys have handled this roster so far? Even though the reports are coming out that Brian Dable, Joe Shane, they're calling them snakes and whatever. How do you feel about that?
Has Joe has it has he done anything to distill confidence in him? Hell no. Hey, has he made more comments than you? Hell yeah. The freaking guy. Oh good. Phew. The freaking guy is working now, but he's only working at half speed? What? Or three quarters? Huh? I, I got no confidence with him. And what the hell? But now what the hell are you supposed to do? Hey, you got to go down with that chain you started. And we all know where that goes. Somehow the Giants get money and he gets let go. That's the end of the story. That's what they're gonna do.
I mean, that's true. Um, Lou, are you there? Well, Lou's not here. NYG, what do you think of the handling of the roster so far by the coaching? Getting people to take the pay cuts, the roster moves that have been made, people's playing time. Like I said, people have come to call Dabo and Shane snakes, snakes in the grass. They're doing people wrong. What do you think they're doing with this roster? Do you see anything that we should be worried about, or how do you feel about people bashing them for the way the roster is being made right now?
I think they're doing exactly what Giants fans asked for, which was what? For ownership to take their hands off the wheel. So now you're getting guys to come in there and they are making decisions based on how they feel and how they want to build a team. Whether you Giants fans or me myself as a Giants fan likes it or not, that's how they building the team. So to me, I don't have a problem with that because that's what the hell we asked for. We asked for John Mara to step away. We asked for some
Right.
so much influence from the media and from the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because I could swear during the Joe Judge Gettleman era that the media was the GM. Because it seemed like every way they wanted to push, that's the way they went. These guys aren't doing that. They're looking at the team that they want to build, and they're building the team properly because they're building what? Through the draft. They're trying to build through the draft. That's why they're waiting on Wandale Robinson to come back before I think they unleash this offense. I don't know what the hell they waiting on Wandale Robinson for, but I really think they think this kid is going to be a big part of this offense because that's who they drafted in the second round. Remember, we talk about the first two picks of the draft. Wandale Robinson is a second round draft pick. That's a high draft pick for a wide receiver. It's something in this kid that they need to spark this offense. So that's my take, my unpopular opinion, as I like to say. I think they waiting on Wandale Robinson.
I think they
They
are
took him
too.
in the second round.
I think they are too. They're waiting on Robinson to come back to open up this offense a little bit more. But Tommy, what you think about that, man? About that subject? Oh well, Tommy is here. Miz, what you think about that subject, Miz?
What was the subject?
Uh, Dabo and Shane, media,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. Nah, it's just stupidity, nonsense. Dable and Shane is doing one hell of a job so far. I'm very proud to have them over here, and I love the direction this train is headed in. And if they wanted to cut guys because they felt those spots could have been filled with young guys because it is a year where young guys are gonna grow, that was the right thing to do. If this was a Super Bowl team, I mean, like you said, you never know who's gonna get hot and go to the Super Bowl. But if this was a Super Bowl team, we thought it was a Super Bowl team in August, then maybe you don't cut veterans like Martinez and trade Bradbury. But you know it's a young team. You know we're gonna be drafting more. So you know what? You let the young kids grow. You don't let them sit on the bench because they're not gonna learn anything from that. So I agree with everything they're doing.
what's going on, Miss Ronnie? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey
Ronnie
guys,
What's
Ronnie.
up?
Hey,
What's
Hey,
up?
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
hey,
What's up,
So
Brownie?
I had to get my
Well,
back. I was screaming so much Sunday until I was so
It
hoarse,
was fun, wasn't it, Ronnie?
sick. Oh my god, it was fantastic. I had fantastic seats. I was screaming. The people that I was with were wild. I mean, we had a. It was so nice to go to a game and just win, and not even like to be at the end of the game and have control of the last couple of minutes
Right.
was amazing
That
and not
victory
have to fight
formation.
and come back. Like we've always been last year at the end of the game and had to sit there and hold our breath. Oh, we got 2 minutes left. Let's see if we get that, that kick. Can we get that cut? We didn't have to do that this time. We controlled the clock. We made it happen. We let it wind down and boom, it was over. And it was almost like being in a different world. You know what I mean? Because we haven't been that fortunate
Hey.
to be fans like that and know that we have a solid, clean win without having to hold our breath. You know what I mean? So it was great. It was awesome. I'll be at the game Monday night too, the Cowboys game. And you know what's crazy? The markup on the tickets are so much higher than
Jesus H. Christ.
some of the other tickets during the regular season. So
Ronnie!
hey, I think Uncle Jerry's got
Yeah.
his fingers in the pot some kind
Yo,
of
I'm
way.
sorry, Ronnie. Yo, Ash, you got my number. Call me, man. Grow some hair on your balls. Give me a call. I'll fucking come meet you in any state you're living in, my man. I'm your worst fucking
Hey,
nightmare.
hey,
You don't want
hey,
it.
hey,
Oh shit!
he ain't having that
Don't
on
come in
that.
here, buddy, talking shit. I'll fucking slap you with my elbows and put you 6 feet under.
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
try to stay monetized, people. Don't worry about that.
But
Ronnie.
Go hang out with little
In,
hubby and Lauren, my
in
man.
other news,
Right.
Miss Ronnie,
Miss
the game
Ronnie.
was the game was packed though. Didn't we
Friendly
bring the
fire.
Noises
Friendly
fans?
fire.
Didn't we
yeah,
bring the Noises fans, Miss Ronnie?
yep, it was great. The
Right.
noise was great. I mean, it was really a fun game. It was nice. It was really good. I'm telling you, I had a great time. So
And I remember you
Ronnie,
saying you got lost in
yeah,
the
I
parking
couldn't
lot.
find
I
my
did too.
car. I couldn't find my car.
Ronnie, listen to this.
Crazy.
Yo, Ash, you see this? I'll break your face, Ash. I'll break
Hey,
your face. Come on, bro. Come on, you tough guy.
Oh,
Find out
come
how
on,
tough
Biz.
you is.
Don't do that.
Come
Don't.
on, bro.
Miz, don't let him
uh,
say that.
uh,
I'm gonna say
Miss
this one
Ronnie,
more time.
Miss
Yes,
Ronnie, we are 2-0, and
I
we're gonna
know.
talk
Can you
about
believe it?
football.
Can
We're
you
not gonna
believe it?
talk about none of this foolishness. We're not gonna feed into no foolishness
Right.
because we gotta play the Dallas Cowgirls this Monday night,
Oh my God.
and I want to see us come out there. Thibodeau will be back.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I
Thank
believe
God.
that Aziz will make it back as well. And if
Yeah.
we get Aziz and Tibbs in there, we're
Right.
gonna have Cooper Rush running for dear life.
What's up,
Right.
Tudo? What's up, Wells?
Right.
You heard
Miz,
What's
him.
up?
hold
That's
on
right.
one second. Miz, calm down, brother.
Just calm down, Biz. Please don't get no violent.
I'm trying to be peaceful. Because if I
Right.
get started, I'm not gonna stop. So just chill
Right.
out.
Yeah. Relax. It's gonna be all right.
But
Got to
Yeah,
be
don't be letting
positive.
none of this shit
back
get
to
to
you,
you in
Lou.
the chat. These dudes are keyboard
Yeah,
warriors. I
you
don't
sitting
know
there
who's
having
saying
a peaceful
what or what, and
time,
I don't care. We're
right?
trying to have a football show. If you can't come in here and talk sports, get the fuck out the chat. Period. I
Right.
don't care. It's ridiculous. We're a bunch of grown men and women trying to talk sports and have a good evening talking about a team that we all cheer for. And people can't find nothing better to do but try to bring some negativity and some gloomy shit into other people's streams. I don't go on nobody's stream bothering nobody, bringing up no personal stuff, no nothing. Give us the same respect, man.
Right. That's true.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man.
Keep
Yep.
that personal stuff to yourselves, or
All
meet
right,
face to
who's
face. I
got the
don't care.
joint this time?
Huh?
What's up, Jaylee?
What's going on, Jay? Hey,
Hi, Taylor.
but
Oh,
T,
I
I
said
think
who's
I
got
don't
the
want to say your
joint?
name wrong. TD Minus is in the building too, man. Welcome him to the Big Blue Crew.
T
He's
What
supposed to
up?
minus
be on the panel
JD.
Hey.
sometime.
What's
What's going
good,
on? He's a
brother?
cool dude as well.
What it is.
What we
Appreciate
were talking about, Miss Ronnie, we're gonna start talking about the Cowboys, but I do want to hear your opinion about this. People love hearing your opinion about things. There's been reports of Joe Shane and Brian Dabo, being snakes because of the way they've been handling the roster as far as roster moves like the Blake Martinez, the Bradberries, the Kenny Galladays, the Tonys, taking people's
I ain't got
playing
no
time.
problems with nobody too though. My thing is if we have a disagreement, sorry, Pat, we should be men enough or adult enough, because there are ladies who come in the chat as well. There's one here right now on the show. But we should be adult enough to agree to disagree without having to start slinging that
Exactly.
homonyms at each other.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't understand what the word that I just used is, that's just proof that we don't even need to talk.
Right.
Go get a dictionary, a thesaurus, a freaking lexicon, expand your vocabulary so that when somebody says something to an opposing view of yours, you know how to articulate your statement, your argument without sounding like somebody from the corner with his pants hanging off his ass. Because that type of stereotype is what's got us getting fucking killed out here.
Right.
So when y'all reverse that shit that y'all think is cool and recognize that shit for stupidity and senselessness that gets us fucking killed out here, then we can have a conversation. Miss me with all that other shit, all the political shit, all the who's voting for what, all the their ulterior motive and their agenda. Listen, I don't care what anybody puts in front of you to try to stop you. If you're determined to go do what you want to do, the white man, the black man, the red man, the Chinese man, no colored fucking man can stop you from achieving your goal. We are
Facts.
our own worst enemies
That's a
9
fact.
times out of 10, and we try to point the finger at everybody fucking else. So miss me with that dumb shit, that political shit, your ulterior motives, and let's talk football. Other than that, leave us the fuck alone, man.
Right. Amen. Amen to that.
I agree
Very
with
well
that, Leah.
said.
Now, back to what I was talking about,
Right.
Miss Ronnie.
Yes. 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 I'm here.
Couldn't said that better, but go ahead, Miss Ronnie, about the situation with them handling the roster.
Well, I mean, listen, let's be honest. I mean, I was at camp. I saw a lot of stuff that went down. I mean, these guys that they're talking about weren't their picks. And I
Fact.
think they're trying to see what's what, who's really worth keeping and who's going to stay, who's a part of the whole big plan. And I think they have to feed through. I think they're trying to figure out a way also to win to satisfy the fans, as well as trying to see what they're going to do with certain players. And I know Dable's philosophy is if you work hard, I'm going to put you out there on the field. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So I think that's just his way. And these little divas, people that we do have on the team, have to accept that this is a new regime. This is how things are being done, and they need to sit back, do their part, and try to produce so that they do get put out on the field and work themselves in so that we can see what we can actually gel and have going forward. Plain and
Preach.
simple, you know.
Preach.
And it's sad, that we paid that much for Galloday, but what are you gonna do? This is how it's going down, and we have to kind of accept it and deal with it the best way we can. Do I think he should be out there? Yes, but if he's not putting in the work and he's not, then listen, and he just doesn't get the playing time. That's it. I just,
Yeah,
like, what are you gonna do?
I just think these fans who say that they wanted this team to change and win, they didn't really understand what a true rebuild really is.
Exactly.
Fact.
If you wanted this team to change, how can you complain about people that were here when we were losing and they're getting rid of them?
Right.
That's the dumbest thing in the world.
Right.
But I'm gonna take a break for a second. But you guys want to lead off talking about the Cowboys versus the Giants this Monday night? I'm gonna give you guys a subject to talk about. What do you guys think we have to do to stop Michael Parsons, man? Because Michael Parsons is the greatest thing that ever touched the field as a defensive player. Michael Parsons is going to sack everybody, man.
He's already been crying about being chipped. Chip him.
Run
Chip
at
him until he gets frustrated, and then he'll start breaking the rules.
Right. Right.
The bum Bengals O-line kind of really kept him in check. They make it seem like he did all this and that, but they really kept him in check.
52 people in the chat, but Lou, hold me down, man.
Got you, brother.
And Miz, you don't have to be quiet. I just wanted you to calm down, bro.
Breathe, Miz. Breathe.
Miz just defending himself because
I know.
At the end of the day, whatever they got going on that they mad at each other about, we can respect each other. You know what I'm saying? I've argued with people on here. I don't go look for their channel and wait for them to go live to continue the argument. If y'all argued 2-3 days ago and y'all still mad about that shit, that's a problem. Why? Because the only way I'm going to still be mad at somebody is if it's my wife. Because the only time you let something bother you that much is because you care about that person.
Fact.
Because if you don't care about that person, their opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Yeah, my older brother and my wife and shit is the only ones that can really get me.
I'm not about to be stewing over no shit no other man said. Who the hell is he? Shit. What you eat don't come out my ass.
Hey, y'all already know how I feel, man. This shit is not real. Like, I don't know.
It's not a real place, bro. This shit is all make believe. It's a phone call. Like, y'all people be bucking over this internet shit.
Facts.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, it's not real. It's not real till someone like me shows up at the boy's house. Then
It's
it
all
gets
fun
real,
and
real.
games until
Trust
somebody
me, bro.
gets punched in the eye.
When you open your door at 8 in the morning and the Miz is standing on your front fucking porch, you got a
Mail
problem.
call.
Right now.
What was that? What was that? What was that shit on Don't Be a Man? Message.
Message.
I'm just saying, you want to come in the chat looking for it. Make sure you know what you're looking for. So a cat should never go into a lion's den. I
Oh, I
fucking
can't
mean that.
highlight the chat. I'm trying to highlight the chat. I forgot it's not my channel. Jeffrey says,
Whatever.
LOL, we're 2-0 and still
Hell
not
yeah.
playing our best football. That's a fact.
Especially
Tommy,
on
you're
offense.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. We're 2-0 and we didn't touch our stride yet.
He might
think-
be gone too.
I think the RPO going to work against Michael Parsons a lot.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I mean, and even then, I mean, even if he does read it well, you double team him.
at least cheer for the guy to succeed. My thoughts
That's
exactly, Blue City Empire. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback in the world or even a great quarterback, but he is our quarterback. Let's get behind this guy, pause, and cheer him on, man. Big Blue Corner, Rodney. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, "What's good, everyone? Big Pat, Joe, G Nation, everyone on the panel. Salute, Big Blue Crew. Salute right back to you, Rodney."
Thank you. Salute, guys.
Yep.
Whale says Micah is
gotta
in
play.
for a world of hurt. 11-6. Tell him again.
12-5 actually for me, Lou.
People act like we don't have Andrew Thomas or like.
They forget our O-line is pancaking people and we're young.
Right.
Think
Very
about
young.
2 years from now when this O-line has gelled and knows the ins and outs of the guy next to him.
It's over.
This line is going to be a problem, bro.
Right.
You get us a dog at center next year, you get us the best center in the draft and a decent guard. And it's over for the next 6 years.
Yep.
Throw banana peels on the field to stop Parsons, says Tudo. Pat, don't forget Parsons can sack DJ 3 times on the same play.
All you got to do is run at
We gotta
Parsons.
run at him.
Run
Yeah.
at
No,
him, man.
he
We
was
gotta
being
run at him.
sarcastic. He was being sarcastic because everybody acts like Micah Parsons is Superman.
Swear to God.
Right, but I'm just speaking to the game plan. The game plan needs to be run the football.
Right.
You got to force them to think.
That Cincinnati had success at that, but they want to get cute and let Joe Burrow just drop back and pass, even though they got a trash offensive line. So
Worse in the league.
if the Giants are smart, they're going to come out there and establish the run and just run at those guys.
Yeah.
Get them moving backwards, and then you can go play action and take some shots down the field.
Oh, okay.
Parsons is a young player. We just got to make him think. Can't pin his ears back and just go after DJ and then.
Eric
3-0.
Johnson in the building. Thank you for being here. He says, "That's right, Lou. Keep chipping Parsons." BSAG style says internet thugs. Jeff says short passes to James, Riggs, or Tony.
Right.
Also, Barkley takes it to the house on the outside. One Talleyrand says Cowgirls have Micah and we have 2 Micahs, Thibodeau and Aziz.
I think
Yeah,
we
that's
can get the ball out a little bit. I think we should, get to our receivers. I think that's important. I think DJ's really going to have to step it up and get rid of that ball and know that Michael Parsons is out there and really try to hit his receivers. I mean, we're going to have to air it out a little bit, because they will, I'm sure, try to stop the run. But I think we got to stick a little bit to the air, not a lot, but just enough to play it safe and get it in the end zone. DJ's going to have to play a little bit of an air ball, I think.
Yeah, he plays it safe a lot. He plays it safe a lot.
I'm going to tell you what they could do. They could throw the ball down the field because Dallas does commit a lot of penalties.
Right.
So if you could just
Most
get
in the
somebody
league.
going down the field, maybe you get a pass interference or a defensive holding or something like that.
Right.
And that'll make them respect the deep ball pause.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, respect the D balls.
Definitely.
And by the way, Diggs is one of the most overrated cover corners in the NFL. He stinks.
Exactly.
Agree with
Fact.
that, man.
Facts also.
Yeah.
Well, if Tony can get in the fucking game, then maybe he'll be able to do something with Diggs.
Yeah, it's true.
He was wide open a couple times last game, but
Yeah, that's the thing. Like there was times with Stills. I mean, you had Shepard that were open, and this is what worries me about DJ. He just did
same
not see them.
Yeah.
preach. He taking it too safe. He too nervous to air it
Yeah,
out.
he steps back, he gets on that back foot, and he's looking. But you're like, what is he looking at? Because the guys are open, and he's not
Thank
throwing down the field. It's
you.
like, come on,
Thank
let's
you.
go. So I
But
think
I think that's just the offense. I think the offense is not. It's just it's a new
Yeah.
offense, obviously, and I know it sounds like the same old excuses, but in reality, you got to understand that this kid doesn't have confidence, and
At all.
it's taking time for him to build back confidence.
All
He
right.
doesn't trust. Look at what's going around with the receivers. He doesn't trust any of the guys that he's playing
Right.
with, And I'm not a Daniel Jones apologist by no means, but I kind of see a guy that just it's almost like this is his rookie season. And
Right, all over again. Right.
Yeah, he's starting
This
all
is a
over.
new birth for Daniel Jones. You're absolutely correct.
But you gotta understand, we kept Sills to make him feel comfortable. I
Because
mean,
he has no trust in Kenny Galloday.
right. But the thing is, Sills, here he is. He's staying. He's working hard. They're putting him on the field, and they're trying to give DJ that confidence because
And
they
Miss
know he
Ronnie,
has a bond with Sills. But
I'm sorry to cut you off. Not trying to be rude or disrespect you in any manner, but I really think had Colin Johnson not got hurt,
oh yeah,
he would have Sills' job because I think that they would have
That's true.
benched Kenny Galladay for
true.
Colin
That's a
Johnson.
fact.
Yeah,
That kid was showing that he can do what we paid Kenny Galladay to do.
right.
That's
He
true.
was running
Well,
routes.
he
He was
was so
putting
tall.
effort.
He's a
He
He was
flexible
going up.
guard.
I think he was only an inch taller than Kenny Galladay.
Right.
Not, he wasn't much bigger. Same body type, but he was actually running with effort and
Right.
trying to gain a job.
Right.
And Galladay was just running like, yeah, I'm already here. I already got my bag. They don't want to use me anyway. Why am I going to give it 100% on this route?
Right.
And that
Is
shit
that when he was
showed.
speaking? When he was speaking earlier, I was kind of appalled. I was like, Kenny, you haven't been the same guy since Detroit. You talking like you've been our true number one.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Miss Ronnie.
Yeah, no, I think the problem is with Kenny Galladay, which we all seem to forget, that, he was hurt last year. I think he was trying to get out there to make a point, this and that. He had his injuries. So now you have a whole new regime coming in, and now you're still not playing him. He's also frustrated, so that doesn't help the situation anymore. And I just think that, kind of they should put him in a little bit because you are paying him the money. He does have more experience. I just feel like he needs to be incorporated some kind of way because they should get their money's worth a little bit from him. You know what I mean? While we're in, we're going to play tougher teams. So we have to get together our passing game at some point.
Yeah, give
try to
Kenny
see-
Galladay some towels and some water bottles and let him hydrate the rest of the team. That's the only way he can help. If he can humble himself and do that for a whole game, then maybe we'll let him run routes.
Right.
Maybe
My
that'll
only thing-
remind him. Maybe that'll remind him that this is a team sport and it's not the Kenny Galladay Giants, it's the New York Giants.
Right.
My only thing with Kenny, he got to show it. Like he acting like he's been showing us what he can do these past year. No, it's low key been terrible, honestly.
Shit, it ain't been low key terrible. It's been terrible with a capital T.
Wasted $70K.
Yeah, that's the bad
Shit has
part.
been atrocious, horrendous,
Right. But now what's up with Clayton? Why is he
disgusting.
sitting the bench? Like he should be out there a little bit too.
Yeah, he got to play.
Horrific.
Slayton got to play.
Yeah,
Slightly-
that's where you get the snake comments.
Right.
Because he really our only he our biggest down the field guy right now, honestly.
Right. Right. Well, we need to
Well,
find
go
out.
get him, Tudo.
So somebody's coming. One of these receivers is coming. I believe these stories. Dabo's spoken to a few guys, and I believe one of the top guys is probably Fuller. I believe Fuller would fit the Giants.
Okay, yeah. That's
You talking about
possible.
Will Fuller?
Yeah, DJ
Yeah,
Phillips.
Odell's a fun story. I would like to have Odell back, but I think this guy Fuller would be right now the best option.
He would be the deep threat that they would want, which I think Slayton would play that role perfectly. Me and the NYG is on the same wavelength on that. I just don't know why Slayton cannot even crack the 53. Like he can't even get active. I don't understand why he's not been
Slade ain't been
active.
complaining about his playing time or nothing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
took a pay cut to be here, so
Right.
Well, he wants to be a Giant. They already said that, so he wants to stay. You know,
So why we don't respect or reward the players that want to be here?
Right.
And we want to argue over these diva wide receivers that just came here, got paid, and haven't performed. Darius Slayton has performed better than Kenny Galloday, and I put that out there. I was the one that put that out there. I don't give a damn who want to give me credit. I put that shit out there that Darius Slayton was better than Kenny Galloday. Look at the stats over the last 3 years. So why is this guy on the bench and we arguing about Kenny Galloday?
Right.
Go ahead, man. I don't want to get too.
I mean that's a legit question. Do they want Slayton? They may not want. Hey, to be honest with you, let me just be honest with this receiving core. In my heart of hearts, I don't think they want any of these receivers. Maybe Kadarius Toney and maybe Richie James has shown them that hey, look, he could be a part of this team going into the future as far as being a backup. But I
The
don't
only
think
reason
they
that they wouldn't want Shep is because of his injury history.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you can't say nothing bad about Shep.
I can't say they might want Shep too because Shep brings a lot of leadership. He brings energy, and he just brings the energy that nobody else can bring on this team. Seriously, but the receiving core is going to look. What's going on, Jeff? The receiving core is going to look totally different. I think one of the only receivers going to be held over is Wan'Dale Robinson from this team of receivers.
Well, yeah, they just drafted him this year. He hasn't really had a chance to show what he can do. You got to give him time to develop. He's a rookie. He's the only one that gets a pass. The people that they've drafted are the ones that get a pass.
No.
But Jeffy, I know you've been in the chat. You've been saying some things. What do you think about this?
Well, first of all, not to steal a line from my good guy up there, Lou, but why the fuck are we talking about losing to the Dallas Cowboys? We're going to kick the Cowboys' ass on Monday, and we're going to go 3-0.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen. We were going to kick their ass, and we're going to go 3-0.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeffy.
I'm usually the negative one up here that says, "Oh, we can't do it because of this, because of that." Except, no, we owe them an ass whipping, and we're gonna kick their ass. Plain and simple.
You fucking is.
It's NFC East week, and we're gonna kick their damn ass out there. Michael Parsons, who? That's what we're going to be saying after this game when Andrew Thomas stonewalls his ass, the best left tackle in football right now. Look at his PFF grade.
Talking about Jeff.
He's gonna be all pro this year. I said that too.
Yeah,
we're gonna make Trayvon
that's
Diggs look like an afterthought. It don't matter who's gonna be. Who's he gonna be covering? Because we're gonna blow right by him. We're gonna beat the Cowboys, and that's all that's gonna be said. All right.
I smell
We're kicking their ass.
What's going on, Shannon? What's going on, Blue City? Jarius. If I didn't mention you earlier, what's going on, Jarius? T Midas. I think you left off.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mrs. Shannon Watson. Sexual chocolate.
That's what's going to the top.
Mm-hmm.
But,
NYG,
good and terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because we talked about this last night about Darius Slayton. And bro, this guy's got to start playing. If you're going to just dress him and not even play him any snaps, get him off the team. Get him off the team if you're going to have him dressed and you don't even play him in any snaps. Get him off the team then. Obviously, you don't want him.
Sound like G Nation, ain't he?
But I mean,
you've been hanging around me too long, huh?
I've been thinking about it, and I don't know if you guys saw. I'm sure some of you guys saw my video where I just pretty much lit up both Kenny Galloday and, in a way, Kadarius Toney too, because not as bad, but I'm getting a little tired with the injury stuff with Toney as well. But Galloday got my vitriol more.
Right.
So
Good
I'm at
word.
this point where these wide receivers have got to start showing up. Shut the hell up and show up. All these guys. Slayton to a lesser degree because he's not getting his opportunities. But Tony and Galloday, get the hell on the field and let's see you guys go out there and make some plays and help your quarterback because there's no excuse right now why you guys should be having your asses on the bench for most of this game while you have David Sills and Richie James out there playing most of this time.
Galladay
I mean, what the hell are we talking about here?
Giants. Galladay just sealed his career with the Giants. He's gone. I guarantee.
I don't know how we're going to get him out of here.
Joe Shane and Brian Dable do not want a receiver who throws a tantrum because he's not getting the ball.
Yeah.
They're not with
Sit
that
his
shit, bro.
ass.
That's
Right.
not
That's
what we're
messing
trying
up
to
the
build
chemistry
here.
of the team, right?
Yo.
Dude? That's messing up the chemistry of the team, bro. Because you can't have that type of atmosphere in your locker room when you're 2-0. You're trying to build something here, and every day you're gonna have the media say, "What about Kenny Galladay? What about Kenny
You're
Galladay?"
complaining about your personal accolades when we're 2-0. The team is winning, and you're complaining because you're not getting media coverage because you're not catching the ball. Listen, we don't need that shit here. It's the ultimate team sport. It is the New York Giants, not the Kenny Galladay Giants. Sorry, go ahead.
Damn right.
Yo,
And Rick, it's always
Monday
good to
night,
see you back on the panel, bro. Good to see you.
Monday night, you heard it here. I said it in my video today. Kenny Galladay scores his first touchdown as a Giant. Remember, I said
Don't do it, Miz. I did it once
I just did. I just did.
I did it, and I looked like an idiot.
One person at a time. One person at a time.
I'm not just saying that. I'm making a prediction. I'm telling you'll see.
Oh, now nobody want to talk.
That's just like saying it's gonna rain every day until it actually rained, and then you're like, "Look, I was right. I told you it was gonna rain."
It rains in Florida every day for about 10 minutes.
Kenny Galladay gonna score a touchdown. That dude is wide. He's done.
Every day.
I will say this: the only way Kenny Galladay could come back from this is if he actually goes out there and produces. I don't care if it's just a 3-catch, 50-yard game with a touchdown. He's gonna have to go out there and do something.
I don't think.
No, he dresses.
After that,
he dresses. You have to dress him. He dresses. We don't have the receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Who you gonna put in there? We got the Johnson guy on the practice squad.
If I was the coach and he just did that shit, you could watch the game from home, sir. Fact.
Well, I tell you, two things is gonna happen if you do that. One, Kenny Galladay's gone forever because he's not gonna come back if you don't dress him.
He never showed up.
Hold on, Lou. I knew you was gonna say that. And number two, it makes the distraction even more real because now they're going to continue to ask questions about Kenny Galladay sure now.
But it also lets the remaining players on this team know that, damn, even our highest paid players are expendable if they don't do right. And that is an important message to send. Say, hey, we're all in on this shit or we're all out on your ass.
I agree with Lou.
Jairus, I don't know who to back up the Cooper
They don't have one.
It really doesn't matter because if he goes in there, we're definitely winning. But I don't know who's the backup to Cooper Rush, to be honest with you.
They're gonna need him because we're gonna get Coop out of there by the end of the first half.
Yeah.
He says Tony was celebrating with the team on Sunday. Galloday was out. Yeah, I think Tony wants to play. It's just I don't know. It's just not working for some reason right now. Maybe that hamstring is bothering him way more than we know.
NYG, tell him what you were telling me last night.
I hope that's all it is. I hope he heals up and comes out here and makes everybody look like an idiot, including me, for the shit I said.
I'm not out on Tony yet. Galladay, I'm done with him.
Either.
But Tony, I think he just don't know the offense. Now, what I was telling Jeffy, I think I said it earlier. I seen him play on the field Sunday while I was at the game where Slayton had to get him lined up because he didn't know where to line up.
Yeah, I saw it too. I know.
Did you see that, Ronnie?
Yes, I noticed that too. I was going to ask about that, and I did check that out. I saw that. So I think it's that he's like trying to catch on to the offense of the whole package. I think he's having, issues with it. I saw that. See? thinking alike.
Right, there you go.
But
See,
see,
so I
nobody
ain't,
be
I
listening
ain't
to
so
me when I
crazy.
said he was struggling with the playbook. Nobody ever, oh no, he ain't struggling with the playbook.
I believe it. I believe it to a certain degree. I don't
Yeah,
think,
maybe.
but I mean,
I be knowing my shit, man. People don't be
Well, he's
wanting to
also
give me
played
my
wide
props.
receiver for only like a year or two as well, so he's still learning the position.
Exactly. Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true that.
I
You said
mean,
that last night, Jeff.
Tommy for
Yeah,
one
because
time
he
he
was a
says
running back, then a quarterback. Yeah.
He said, Ronnie, I didn't even see you.
Tommy says reporters asked Jones, so Kenny, is he going to be a part of the game plan? Jones laughed and said that KG has been working hard at preparing, and they asked, does he trust KG? And Jones was saying he did. Jones is always going to say the right things.
He's not gonna throw you under the bus.
He's not.
I mean,
He's
they
not
had
going. If Jones throws anybody under the bus, it's going to be himself. That's the type of guy that he is. He's going to say everything's a-okay, even though it may not be a-okay. That's the type of quarterback and type of guy that he is. That's the way he leads.
Well,
He'll put it on himself. Yeah, he'll put it on himself before he'll say anything about anybody. He's not Aaron Rodgers, so of course he's going to say that. Not saying that there's something between those two guys, but go ahead, man.
No, I truly believe that we're gonna see Kenny Galladay play football Monday night. I really believe that. And I seen him and Joe Shane were having a all alone, a one-on-one conversation on the field today. So I think things are gonna go good. I think things are gonna go good. And by the way, I wanted to apologize because Miss Ronnie's on the chat here, and I acted out of line. So I apologize, Ronnie.
I understand. Listen, sometimes
It's all good.
Get you.
But Miz, to reply to that, I feel your confidence. I know it might happen eventually in this lifetime, but until Kenny Galladay actually goes out there and actually does it on the football field, I'm not believing that guy's doing anything right.
Well, it's not a lifetime, man.
Hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Is this the pot calling the kettle black?
Right.
No, that's
you said that.
I said it.
He's
I
going to
said
get
it.
2 touchdowns.
Whoa. I was just getting to that point, and I made it earlier, that I said when Miz was saying he's going to get a touchdown, I'm like, Miz, watch out. I just said that before, and I looked like a fool, and I did it again with Tony. I said Tony was going to do it again, and he got 2 catches for 0 yards. So he even did the same thing. He did it worse than Galloday last year. I mean, sure, Galloday could do it. I think this guy, if he's going to get a touchdown, we're going to have to get in the red zone, throw him out there, and maybe, just maybe, we'll throw a fade to this guy in the end zone, and he'll maybe be able to make a play. But that's the only way you're going to see Galloday make it do it.
Diggs gives up the fade tremendously because he's a corner that chases.
Only thing I agree with what you just said just now was we got to throw him out of there. And I mean Kenny Galladay. Throw him out of there.
No, I think you got to give him a chance, man. I'm sorry. I think we got to give him a chance. And when I say not a chance, I don't mean a shadow on the field to block for the running game. I mean, throw him a ball down the field, man. Throw him a ball down the field.
But if there was ever one of them rules that I really can't follow, it's that forgiving you 490 times. I can't do it. I ain't got that much forgiveness in my damn body. You don't get that much chances from me.
Yeah, but Lou, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question.
Monetize here. But screw that. Listen, at some point, there has to be repercussions for your actions. There's cause and effect. It's in natural law. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
What did this guy really do wrong? Let me hear what this guy really did wrong.
No, you tell me what he's done right.
Yeah, he hasn't lived up to this contract. That's why people are angry.
We can look at every game played and every route he run. He was damn near doing something wrong. He's not playing with effort. He's not believing in the team. He's not blocking. He fucking doesn't run the routes right. He bumps into his receiver, bumps into the defender. Like, I don't know where his head is at, but it's not in the game, and his hands ain't neither. Neither is his legs. Maybe it is the hip. Maybe it's a combination of everything. Maybe it's the attitude. Maybe it's I got this money now, so I don't practice as hard. I don't know. I'm not in there. I can't say. I can't.
Well, I will say this about Galloday. I don't think he got his money and he doesn't care anymore because
I'm
that's
just
not
throwing out scenarios. Again, I don't know what the reason is. You know what I mean? I'm just giving out what potential shit could be out there that maybe we haven't seen yet. I'm throwing shit out. Maybe somebody
You,
knows something that I don't
No, I
know.
know what you're
It's
saying.
like,
you want to
hey,
know? You want to know the crazy thing about it is though. I believe it is the contract. I believe the contract is making people turn against him because he is making so much money. And I think the contract with him is knowing that I am being paid this much money. You paid me this much money for a reason to go out here and produce, and you're not allowing me to. And I believe that's rubbed him the wrong way tremendously. And then he's with a coach now that don't give a damn, and he sees that you're not exactly what we want to put out there
see,
right now
he's got
because
to understand too, Pat, that they didn't give him that money. You see, he like, you done gave me all this money to do this. No, correction, sir. Gettleman gave you that money. We didn't give you shit. So you either ship up or get the fuck out of here. That's probably what they told him. Like,
Hey,
listen, no.
shout out to
I'm supposed to be on the field anyway. Why? Because that's
Hey,
what you
shout
brought me
out
here
to the
for.
shout out to the
No.
50.
I didn't bring you here. He
yeah,
did.
shout
You
out
know
to
what I'm
the
saying?
50 in the chat. Thank you guys. Hit that like and subscribe
Yeah,
button.
hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We only got 22 likes and 50 people watching. Everybody need to hit that like button and subscribe.
Yo, congratulations to Rig on his new job today. Congratulations.
What you do now, Reed?
New gig?
Congratulations, Rick.
Nice job, Rick.
Congratulations, Rick.
You deserve it. And you
What
look
you
good in
doing?
a haircut.
Tracking down Twitter trolls? What you doing?
Right.
Nah, working at a bank.
Oh shit!
Okay.
The mushroom man in charge of the money. We all fucked up now.
Yo, Lou, you
Go
know
ahead,
how us
money.
you know how us Jews keep it, baby. We hold on to the money in this country.
That's right.
No.
Miss. Whoa.
No.
Hey, Miz, you're a racist.
Right. But congratulations, Reek.
Congrats, Reek.
Make
I
sure
have a
you count the
question.
money all right. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about number 19, like Max says, the number 19, because I hate saying that name until that guy actually earns his name back. Do you think he's going to get the majority of the targets coming his way just so they can try to squash whatever drama that went around before? So you think they're going to try to heavily target him to get him in the game early? So like a heavy peppering of targets to number 19.
No.
I don't think they need to do that. And I don't think they should do that just to satisfy Kenny Galloday. Kenny Galladay's got to go out there and earn his money, man.
Yeah.
Earn it. Dude, go out there and earn it.
My Bible says a man don't work, he don't eat.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He got to go out there and earn it. We watch KG play. Let's stop acting like we don't see this guy run lazy routes, drop.
No separation.
Right. Drop catches.
Whiff on blocks.
Miss on blocks. Like, come on. He doesn't give enough effort. We see it.
Look how he stopped short. He ran a route this past Sunday and he stopped short. And I'm like, where the hell did he stop short?
I seen that.
You know what I mean?
That was when they was driving in the red zone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tudo ass crazy. He said, which bank send the address to KG, please? Read KG's good at robbing teams and banks.
That's right, Tudo. You're right, bro.
Man, y'all go hard on that.
Shout out to Tudo.
You damn sure getting us for 72 mil.
Let's be real with the shit though. This
Hold on.
this
Kenny Galladay's new name is DB Cooper.
DB Cooper.
I agree with Boone.
Who
Actually,
robbed the airplane and jumped out with all the money.
Yeah.
They never caught him. Yeah.
Right. Still ain't called him to this day.
They
But
found a little bit of the money, but that's it.
right. But let's be honest with it. I think all these receivers pretty much knew that they're going to be on snap counts going into this season because the system is a complex system. It's not a very easy system. I don't believe it is. And then DJ's got to get used to the system. And I truly believe the only receivers that he really has trust in on that field is Richie James and Riggs. Those are the only receivers I see that he throws to with coverage around him. As you see with Richie James, he throws the ball to Richie James with like 3 people around him and he gets it to him. He's done it multiple times this season already. So he trusts Richie James to be in the position yeah, and he trusts Riggs. The same exact play that he hit Riggs, he could have hit Seals on, but he never looked Seals' way because I don't believe he trusting those guys. But Riggs, if he runs a deep route, even though Riggs is not a deep route guy, he
Pat,
looks at Riggs.
I don't
Go
think
ahead. Go ahead, Ronnie.
he doesn't trust in those guys. I think he doesn't trust in himself. It's a big difference. I mean, I'm telling you, when he was in the pocket, you could see he gets on that back foot, and it irritates the heck out of me because here you are, your quarterback, fourth season. I don't care how many systems, because you have guys that are in the NFL that get traded all the time and have to go to a new team, and you've got to pick it up quick. You gotta come on there, and if you want to play and you want to start, you've got to get your knowledge. You got to get yourself together. He doesn't trust himself.
Shout out to
Miss
Mills and
Ronnie.
shout
Miss
out to
Ronnie.
Tudo for being real ones, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
He overthrows, he underthrows. If you watch him at that game Sunday, NYG, tell him how many times he underthrew or he overthrew. Right? That touch on that ball was not right.
But answer me this, Miss Ronnie. It's my first time I get to go back and forth with Miss Ronnie. Cool. Pause. Answer me this though. If he doesn't trust himself as much as you say that he doesn't trust himself,
right?
Why, when he has the opportunity to throw it into covers to Richie James, it doesn't matter how many people are around him, he throws that ball to him and is on a route. Same thing with Shepard. It doesn't matter where Shepard is on the field. If that ball is supposed to go to Shepard, he's going to throw Shepard open, just like he throws Richie James open. There's a difference between not having trust in yourself, because if you don't have trust in yourself,
squad, fam. I'm answering the chat. Yeah,
if you don't have trust in yourself at all, you're not going to throw that ball to anybody. Anytime that you see a receiver that has any type of coverage on them, you're going to hesitate
with
anybody if you don't have any trust in yourself.
True, but it's expected right now. You've got to understand, it's expected of him. He's in his fourth year. It's expected. So when you're a quarterback and you're in control of the offense and the team, you're trying to get to your receivers, this and that, you know you have to make certain plays. This is a life or death year for him. This is going to be a make it or break it season for him. So he has to make certain plays. He just has to do it. It's just like they said from the beginning, this guy has flashes of greatness. And then he takes 2 steps back. All camp, this is what he was doing. He would get out there one day, bam, hit the receiver, bam. Just like he had been there all along and doing the same thing every day. Then he would come along the next day and it would be like, oh my God, overthrown, underthrown, stepping out of the backfield, got sacked, this, that. It's too vast of a difference with him. He's got a flash of greatness one moment, and then the next minute he takes 2 steps back.
Who does that remind you of?
Who does that remind me of?
Who was like that when they first came out?
That was
Dave Brown.
You're trying to say Eli, but
yep.
Eli was
Eli led the league in interceptions. Do y'all remember that?
He did. But Eli took chances. He did.
Eli was more cerebral.
Right.
He had a better
mind. Eli could pick apart a defense the minute he came out the huddle.
Yeah. And when the throw was there, Eli
what else? You want to know what else Eli had over Daniel Jones?
Right.
Kevin Gilbride.
Yeah, that too.
Kevin Gilbride was there his whole career,
first
just
5
about.
years.
Yeah. Daniel Jones is in his 4th system in his 4th year.
But you can't say that, because if he got traded or he had to go to another team, you have to learn.
But that's cool. But it's even worse if you're in the same place and it keeps happening.
Now,
if you're sitting in the same team and this keeps happening year after year after year, because you didn't see that his rookie year, he was not gun shy his rookie year because Pat Shermer's system was built for him. Yeah. But then you get stripped. Hold on, then you get stripped, and then you go to Joe Judge's system, and you see what the Patriots are going through with Joe Judge over there calling the plays. Right. And you have to be in that for 2 years, and then all of a sudden you come to Brian Daboll, who has this vast system that you have to learn.
But you know what? There was an old head in the crowd today, and he said this to me. He said, there are guys that are ready for the NFL, and then there are guys that are not. And he said, we have a whole system where it can make or break you. And he's like, they're all at the beginning of the horse race.
Miss Ronnie.
What?
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe, and give your honest opinion, do you believe Daniel Jones is holding this team back?
Yes.
So, do we win? Do we win game 1 without Daniel Jones against the Titans? Let's say we put Kirk Cousins in there, or let's say we put, I don't know, Justin Fields in there, or any quarterbacks besides the top quarterbacks everybody think that walks on water like the Mahomes or anybody underneath them, a Matt Ryan or a Marcus Mariota or even a Derek Carr. Do you think that they would be doing better in this system than what Daniel Jones has done for us these first 2 games? Basically, tell me, do you believe that we even win these first 2 games without Daniel Jones?
With a certain quarterback, yes.
I agree.
What certain quarterback?
I agree with Ronnie.
Do you any quarterbacks below the elites, like the Mahomes, the Rodgers, any quarterbacks with those? Because we all know the answer is yes with those guys.
Right.
But any quarterbacks below those guys, the tier below, a Dak Prescott or what's the guy over there with the Commanders?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Yes. Do you think we win those games with those guys?
How dare you?
Yeah, I think
say that Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz are just a tier below Patrick Mahomes and them.
I'm talking about because those are they put Daniel Jones. They put Daniel Jones in the same category as those quarterbacks, so that's a fair question. Do you think Carson Wentz would have won those 2 games for us? If Carson Wentz was in there, we would have beat the Titans maybe 24 to 17, or we would have put up 30 points with Carson Wentz or 30 points with the bum over there.
Somebody said Pat is leading the witness. And Big Dash, you stupid.
Because I'm answering this question. I'm being fair. She's answered the question. But every time somebody mentions that another quarterback won't win, they say the elite of the elite. No. Put the quarterbacks in there that Daniel Jones.
What specific?
Yeah, but the defense has won these 2 games, Pat. The defense has won these 2 games.
You're not answering my question. If you put
name the quarterback. Name the quarterback.
I'm naming them. Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Matt Ryan, who couldn't even put up a point on the Jaguars.
I think. Well, Matt Ryan is old, so I can't even. I mean, we can't even. I'm not sure with him.
Matt Ryan.
Hold on. Do you think Tua would have came over here and led us to those victories?
Yes.
Tua did pass for 6 touchdowns.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Tua passed 6 touchdowns not that long ago.
I mean, wait a minute.
He had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there. He's playing with the guys we have on this team.
You have Saquon Barkley on that team.
Yes, I think he
really.
Yeah.
So Tua was balling last year with those receivers he had out there last year with the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
He was balling out there. It wasn't the defense that what's the guy's name? Brian Flores, where they were blitzing everybody and was holding people to like 6 to 7 points a game.
It
was Tua that was doing it, right?
It was only his 2nd year, right?
Right.
Okay. I put this out to my channel.
His 2nd year. It's his 3rd year now, and he's killing.
Like, you gotta understand, it's about the quarterback fit. It's about this is what Giants fans gotta understand. Giants have never been a team to go out there and just blow teams away.
That's
and
right.
Just blow teams out.
Mm-hmm.
Certain quarterbacks fit certain teams.
Fucking love Wells, yo. Hey, Wells be calling them out. Diego Sanchez is Antonio.
That's not true, man. That's not true. That's not a true statement.
Why not?
In 2008, before Platsko shot himself, we were blowing the league to shreds every week. So that's not true.
They didn't win.
Well, they were 11. They were 11-1, and the man shot himself in the
11-1
foot.
that does not get you. Green Bay, the Patriots were blowing teams out when they went to the Super Bowl, and guess what? They got stomped out in the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You could do all that high jiving all you want to.
Hell,
it takes a team to win a game.
I got other quarterbacks. You think Baker Mayfield, we would have won those games with Baker Mayfield?
Now
Baker Mayfield is not as good as Daniel Jones to me, though.
Diego Sanchez says Joey Flacco 2-0, Wilson 2-0, Jameis Wilson 2-0.
Baker Mayfield's like a Jacoby Brissett.
Golf 2-0 on this team. You done lost your damn mind, Diego.
Man.
That's what I'm saying.
We watched him in person. What is Baker Mayfield compared to Daniel Jones?
Yeah, but don't name Baker Mayfield. He's garbage, bro. Why we name him Baker
What?
Mayfield?
I got one.
Over Daniel Jones too.
Gentlemen, one at a time.
People wanted Baker Mayfield over Daniel Jones. I'm not a Daniel Jones apologist, but I'm saying people, they go backwards on their arguments, and I hate that shit, bro. Because when you talk about replacing Daniel Jones, it was okay to replace him with Baker Mayfield, but since we've seen Baker Mayfield go against the Giants, now all of a sudden he's a lesser quarterback. But a couple of weeks ago, people, not you, Miz, I'm not talking about you, but I'm saying fans, man. Fans.
YG. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask everybody in the panel and everybody in the chat a question.
Sorry, my energy a little high, but go ahead.
No. We're talking football. We're fucking sports fans. We're fine. As long as we're not disrespecting each other, we can have these conversations. That's what grown men should be able to let their intellect supersede their emotion. Okay? So, all right. Now, if Monday night,
I think Adam wants him.
Daniel Jones, Pat dropped the link for him. If Monday night, the Giants come out, he just dropped the link. Adam, it's right above where you said.
The panel's full. The panel's full. It can't come in.
Oh. If Monday night the Giants come out and Daniel Jones throws,
quick.
All right.
If Daniel Jones comes out and throws 3 touchdowns and 250 yards, no interceptions,
love it.
And we beat the Dallas Cowboys into submission and make them tap out like Nate Diaz did old boy last week. What are y'all gonna say about Daniel Jones then? Because if Daniel Jones throws 3 touchdowns and Saquon runs 4 touchdowns and we put up 28 points and we beat the Cowboys, are y'all gonna say Jones didn't get it done after throwing 3 touchdowns?
No, that'll be a name. That'll be a huge cookie for Jones.
Because that's not a weak team. Dallas has a good defense.
Right.
So if he comes out here Monday night in prime time, where the Giants normally suck in prime time, all right, he comes out here knowing that this is a make it or break it year. His job is on the line. His reputation is on the line. Half the fan base hates him and calls him dumpster juice, right? He comes out here, he throws 3 touchdowns, throws for 250 yards, no interceptions, and helps us win this game. Then what? What are we going to argue about? What are we going to argue about when we're 3-0? Because we're 2-0 right now, and we're arguing about our quarterback, which is fucking absurd.
Well, then we're arguing about our wide receiver.
Hold on. Let me go. Let me do this because I can do this in my head. The quarterbacks, because the way y'all talking, y'all would think Tyrod Taylor come in and do a better job than Daniel Jones.
No.
Hell to the no.
That's not true.
No.
What's going on, Adam?
But wait a minute. Before Adam talks, because I know once Adam goes into this is going to become something big. But here's the thing. I named you the quarterback you should be bringing up to compare to Jones. Hurts. What do you think about that?
That's
Jalen Hurts on this team?
No. Just put Jones versus Hurts right now. Who's better?
I think Jalen Hurts is playing better because he's on a better team with better receivers. Switch him.
Oh,
we're saying that the quarterback that come in here is going to perform better with the team that Jones has. Put Jalen Hurts on this team.
Hey,
what does Jalen Hurts do?
Let me post something real quick, Pat, and then I'll mute my mic. Because this is a question that I posed on my podcast last night. So, what if the Giants make the playoffs, right? Regardless of what Daniel Jones does. Say he plays all the games, does average Daniel Jones. something like his rookie season. Okay, now what do you do if the Giants make the playoffs? You got a playoff team. You're Brian Dable, Joe Shane. You got Daniel Jones in there on a playoff team. Do you re-sign him or franchise tag him, or do you think there's a vibe? Because remember, now if you make the playoffs, you're gonna be picking what in the bottom half of the first round. Okay, so we already know there's not going to be a plethora of quarterbacks coming out now. Some of these quarterbacks got to go back to school. You're probably going to have C.J. Stroud and maybe one or two other ones. They going in the top of the first round. Say you can't get up to get one of those draft picks. Guess what, fans? Y'all going to be stuck with Daniel Jones again next year. Again. So we can argue with this. That's my unpopular take. Daniel Jones will be the quarterback again next year if the Giants make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If what Lou says, 11-6 comes true, and the Giants make the playoffs, Daniel Jones will be the quarterback again. I'm not saying that that's what I want, but that's what I'm saying is probably going to happen. Go ahead, Mike.
You did say that last night.
You guys are bugging. You guys are absolutely bugging. You think this guy is good? Why? Tell me.
One, we're saying that he's not great. We're saying that he's been a part.
No. You just told me that all these guys are on Daniel Jones's level. Yet you haven't told me why he's good.
First of all, he has a 134-point rating in the second
half. My God, tell me why he's good. You tell me you watch film. You watch film every week. You watch film every week, and you're trying to tell me this guy is good?
Hold on. I said this guy has been playing way better than he was playing last year.
Oh,
He's one of the reasons, and he's one of the reasons why we won these first two games.
No, he's not. You're not watching the film correct. No, he's not.
Really?
Oh my God. If we miss that field goal, or if they make that field goal, are you talking about Daniel Jones' great performance? No, we're talking about how he gave up points in the red zone. Give me a break. Stop plugging. Stop insulting my intelligence.
Wait a minute.
You just insulted our intelligence. Give me a second.
Right.
Let me break down what you just said.
All right.
No,
Go ahead.
So if they kick that field goal, is Daniel Jones' fault that they was able to drive down the field, or the defense's fault?
Right.
Okay.
No.
You give up. Oh my God.
They go down the field and win by kicking that field goal. That's Daniel Jones' fault. Daniel Jones was supposed to sack the quarterback, get the interception.
All right, and this is the same argument we had about Deshaun Watson when you guys tried to tell me he wasn't good. Give me a fucking break, man.
I never
the guy,
said
you know if the guy is good or not. We are sitting here. We are sitting here. Oh my God, we are sitting here
with the bad quarterback.
We are sitting here 4 years into this conversation, still having the same conversation we had in year one. Give me a break. You look at Jalen Hurts, the guy you just brought up. First year, he struggled and played a little football and got better. Second year, we worried about his passing and he got better in the second half. This year, he's fucking gangbusters out the gate. His third year, he's already proven to you that he's probably the guy for the Eagles. Fourth year, we're still sitting here having the same goddamn questions about Daniel Jones that we've had 3 years. And now we got to give excuses. Well, the receivers that he had, no excuses. I don't care what the fuck he's playing with. This is it.
Is he not 2-0?
Oh my God, he's 2-0. But is he the reason we're 2-0? No, he is not.
Does he not have the same record as Jalen Hurts?
He is not. He is not the. Oh my God, don't blow. No. Come on.
So who is the reason why we're 2-0?
Defense. Come on.
Give me a second.
That's what I said.
Defense.
Give me a second. Defense wins championships. Everybody knows that.
Oh my God.
Defense has been playing lights out. Everybody knows that. But at the end of the day, bro, when we were down 13-0, did our defense score 13 points?
They stopped the other team from scoring.
No. They stopped the other team. That's their fucking job. What is the offense's job?
To score points.
How does Cooper Rush have more yards than you in one game? Give me a break. I'm sorry.
Everybody wants to come on here and scream. So I'm screaming now. When we were down 13-0, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
The defense stopped them. And who got us 13 points, people? Was it the defense?
No, the first game, you're telling me Daniel Jones was the first game?
We were down 13-0.
Is that what you're telling me? The first game, you're telling me the first game Daniel Jones won us?
Sir, listen to me.
I'm asking you a question.
I asked you a question.
He asked you a
When we were
first.
13-0 to the Tennessee Titans, did our defense score any points?
No, but Saquon Barkley went off for 165 yards, so there you go. Without Saquon Barkley, we don't win that fucking football game.
Did Saquon Barkley throw that pass to Sterling Shepard?
That was one pass. He had 165 yards. Are you kidding me? I'm leaving. Bye. This is ridiculous. Oh my god.
You can't answer the question because you know that you're wrong. Did the defense score 13 points when we were down 13-0?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, when we were down 13-6 to the Panthers, who led that drive to get a touchdown with Bellinger to tie it up at 13?
That's my point. Now, yes, we were down 13-0. Yes, the defense did their job and stopped them and gave us the opportunity to get the ball back. When we had that opportunity, our quarterback called the plays and drove us down the damn field. If you go back and watch the film, there was 2 plays on that drive where he audibled.
Okay, I got a question.
Hold on. One quick second.
That was not the coach that drove us down the field. That was not the defense that got us the points.
One quick second, Lou.
Out of the play call.
Graham Gano got us a touchdown.
Who got you in position for Graham Gano to kick the field goal?
But okay. Well, from
did he kick a 99-yard field goal?
He kicked it from 57 yards.
And again,
he got it from down there.
And to keep this into perspective, we're not saying that Daniel Jones is Eli Manning, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, none of that shit. Nobody here is saying he's a great fucking quarterback. All we're saying is the same way you trash him when he fucks up, you got to give him his props when he drives down the fucking field and scores and ties the game.
Yes. Okay,
it can't be one-sided, bro.
Hold on, Lou. Let me get him with this. Hold on, Lou. Let me get him with this. The Eagles beat the Vikings 24-7 Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm. Man, that dude was crazy.
Why nobody saying anything what the defense did with the Eagles? You do know the Eagles defense stopped the Vikings from scoring 3 times in the red zone, right? And they only put up 24 points, right? Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for Kirk Cousins playing like a bum, that would have been a way different game, right? But that defense stepped up for him, getting 3 picks in the red zone. 3. What if those were 3 touchdowns? Do the Eagles win that? Hold on. Do the Eagles win that game if those are 3 touchdowns and the Eagles defense they come up with 3 picks in the red zone? Because all that stuff that Jalen Hurts did, believe it or not, those were runs that the defense was undisciplined about. As far as passing, guess what? Everybody gives Jalen Hurts for props for hitting for that 53-yard wide open ass receiver down the field for a touchdown. But when Daniel Jones do it, it don't mean shit, right?
Jones did good when he threw it to Shep deep.
The defense is the only reason why we won. But when the Eagles defense gets you 3 turnovers in the red zone and they only win by 17 points, that don't matter. Jalen Hurts is God.
I think what I said, though, earlier, y'all got to pay attention to, man. There's a good chance Daniel Jones is going to be on this team next year.
There is a pretty good chance.
Who want to give me pushback on that? Go ahead. Who want to give me pushback on that?
Jones is good for us. It'll save us some money.
Daniel Jones is going to be on this team next year.
Nobody in the chat.
You can be arguing about it again next year.
Huh?
Nobody in the. Nobody in the.
Make good sense, but.
Nobody in their right mind is saying anything about the Eagles defense. Guess what? The first game, they only won 35-32. Guess what? Our homeboy that we got rid of got a pick 6.
Bradbury, yep.
What happens if they don't get that pick 6? All your glory for freaking that quarterback over there with Philadelphia, they lose that game to the Lions. What if they didn't get other turnovers against Jared Goff in that game and they only won by 3 points? What happens if freaking sorry-ass Kirk Cousins, who costed me my damn fantasy game, doesn't throw 3 picks in the red zone?
Mine too.
Y'all tripped out getting Kirk.
I can't put down Hurts right now because he's playing good football. So I can't.
He's doing some of the same things that Daniel Jones is doing with way better weapons. He has 2 number 1 receivers out there.
Broke Pat's humble chip. See what y'all did?
No, because
good.
nobody
They have
says
good
any.
energy.
Everybody wants to praise all these other quarterbacks for anything that they do. Jalen Hurts had one of the same type games over there that with the Eagles that Daniel Jones had over here with us. The only
I
difference
probably
is their
franchise
defense
him
got
that.
3 red zone picks. 3
Nobody's
of them.
Take a
bringing up
breather,
other
Pat.
quarterbacks. Pat,
I
no, you're
think
the only person that's bringing up other quarterbacks. Nobody else
Right.
brought up other quarterbacks. Your
No.
But
initial person,
how can you praise other quarterbacks for doing the same thing Daniel Jones
you're not.
does, but
You're
Daniel Jones
asking.
is ass?
You're
King,
asking
see
us a
what's going on.
question,
Adam,
and
what's
then
going
Right.
on?
you're asking us a question, and then getting upset when we give
Come
you
back
our
on the
answer.
panel, Adam.
And
Answer.
we
Right.
didn't say
Right.
you're the one that said all of these
It's
quarterbacks'
all
names.
good, brother.
We did not compare them to Daniel Jones. You did.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You
So,
did
and
that.
we
But what's the logic with that? What's the
Ronnie was
logic?
trying to
We're
speak.
talking
Let's
about
I
let him.
think
Daniel Jones
I think what
himself,
But,
not Daniel Jones.
I tell you the
Can
same
you
scenario.
talk?
I tell you the same
Oh, see,
scenario
you're
that people are
yelling.
giving
I can't
quarterback
even.
praise for, and you say that they're good, but when Daniel Jones does it, he's terrible.
I
Pat,
think
we understand what
You
you're
can
Pat
trying
take
to
trying to
say.
any
say
team in
We
any
is
Hold
get
on,
it.
hold
scenario.
on. One person
Pat.
at a time. The lady was
I
trying to
would love
speak.
to.
People,
I would
sorry.
love
And I
that.
know Tommy's next because he's
Everyone
been
was
trying
just
to speak
yelling.
too.
Pat, we understand what you're saying. Nobody's trying to
Yeah,
take it
for
away.
sure.
Nobody's trying to take away Daniel Jones's greatness when he has his plays. Nobody's trying to take that away from him. Trust me. But at the end of the day, we're just saying if he can't get on board, when he can't make the plays, when he's leaving these receivers open, we're sitting there at the game. And what G and I saw, some of the plays, we had guys wide open.
yeah.
And you can't tell me you don't trust your receivers and you're supposed to be the leader of this team, regardless. Okay, yes, he's learning a new system. But in camp, he was doing the same thing. You had Davis Webb that was stepping in camp and throwing and hit these receivers. Bam, bam, back to back. Like it was nobody's business. And then Daniel would get in there and then he would take that extra second to think about the play and then the ball was overthrown or it was underthrown. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can,
So
we're trying to support him, but at the same time, you have to understand when you're seeing firsthand how this guy is playing at times, you get frustrated. And then you have somebody like Davis Webb, like I'm saying, you should have seen him during the camp. Davis Webb would step right up in there, boom, hit that receiver. And it
In
got
his
to the point where the
in
crowd
his
felt some
defense,
kind
though,
of
he
way.
played 4 years in Dable's system, so he
I
should be doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right. But
Maybe got man.
when you have somebody that can make it work and then you see somebody that struggles, this is why you have the arguments. This is why you have the back and forth about our quarterback.
I get
That's
it.
all I'm just trying to say.
I get
There's
it.
still so
Yeah.
many ifs. Yes, we want him to
Oh
get
yeah.
up to par. We do. But at the same time, he's still struggling. I mean,
Patience is running
he's
out. I
struggling.
get it.
Right. It's a
And
Tell
what-
him,
difference
Miss
between
Ronnie.
being like critical and being a hater. I think people like me, Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, are critical of Daniel Jones because we see potential, but ultimately he's just not put it together. And to Ronnie's point, Ronnie's watched a lot of live football. I encourage you guys to go to the games because it is definitely a different feel.
Yes.
I feel exactly what Ronnie's saying. You
Exactly.
just seen it in the field. You were like, "Yo, bro, just throw it. Just
Right.
throw it. Let it go."
Right. You got
And he would
Sills, you
hold
got
it.
Well,
Shepard.
listen.
Oh.
Hey,
Different in the
if you
stands,
want to
bro.
come on here spending your time as a grown ass man typing letters to somebody on the panel, calling them names, what does that say about you? If he's a bum and he's on here speaking his piece and people care about his opinion, but you can just come on here and type and hide behind the keyboard, what does that say about you, sir?
it says
For
that
real,
he
for real.
sounds like he's a bigger bum than Daniel Jones.
Thank you.
But listen, I get it. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a great quarterback. I'm not even saying he's a very good quarterback. I'm saying he could be good. But you're not just going to sit here and tell me that he has nothing to do with the victories that we had. Because
We're
without
not
Daniel Jones,
saying that. No
Nobody's
one's
saying
saying
that.
I'm
that.
not saying you.
Yes,
I know
no
what
one's
he's
saying,
talking
but
about.
you.
Yeah, I get what I see where Pat's going. Let him talk. Go ahead,
He
Pat.
talking about the people
Pat
that was
mean the
yelling at him
major
already.
public.
So
Let him
You
defend
said
He
it.
what?
mean the doubters.
yeah.
Let him defend
Yeah.
it.
Pat talking to the doubters.
Why does anybody care what the doubters have to say? Why do we care what people say about the doubters, about Daniel Jones? We're 2-0. And I'm sorry for screaming, Miss Ronnie. I apologize. But why do you guys care what the doubters say about Daniel Jones? Who cares? We're
Give me a break.
winning football games. Daniel Jones has made mistakes in this games, and he's made great plays. I, for one, have been critical on Daniel Jones because he should have thrown a couple of picks that the Panthers dropped in that game. But he
Yeah.
also made the plays necessary to get us in the position to win.
He's
Daniel
learning
Jones
how to win.
is what he is. He is what he is right now, and he's still got to learn this system. He's got to learn how to trust his wide receivers. And like Ronnie said before, he's gun shy right now. He is gun shy on the field when it comes to throwing his guys open. And Daniel Jones has got to learn immediately because he's on the clock. When there's a guy open, even for a split second, make
gotta
that
get it to
throw
him.
because the great quarterbacks will make that throw immediately and will not hesitate.
NYG, as God is my witness, NYG, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
What about the time management on the clock? Didn't you see first half and second half, his time management at times, at seconds, was still bad. Didn't you notice that when he was on the
You
field?
know,
You
Yeah.
could
point.
see, did you
That's
see
a
it?
good point. Yeah, because I don't like I said on my podcast last night. I don't think he's comfortable with this scheme right now.
Right.
And it's a combination of both, y'all. It's a
Right.
combination of him not being comfortable with the scheme and him not being comfortable with the receivers. And ultimately, for Daniel Jones, like I said, if this was his rookie season, it'd be different. But he's ran out of time, and I will agree with Ronnie and to a point, Adam. He doesn't have any more excuses, unfortunately. But I also agree with Pat. He gets too much hate at the same time. The guy's not that bad.
No.
It's just he doesn't have time on his side to get used to this scheme and this system and for this team to build around him. But then again, I will say what I said earlier could come true. You could see him back on this team again next year for lack of options.
I'll put it like this:
You gotta have a better option. You can't bring in Jimmy G, can't bring in Baker Mayfield, can't bring in quarterbacks like that. That's why I will back Big Pat on. You're not going to tell me Baker Mayfield and all these other quarterbacks are better than Daniel Jones. I will back Pat on that. But Daniel Jones is definitely not the answer. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying that nobody was like saying that they're better than him. We was asked a question. I think that Daniel Jones is playing the best football that he's played his whole career. I think he's doing the best that he's ever done.
Right.
But if you ask me a question on if he won us the game, or I mean, then you could say, well, if this or if that, and
I didn't
fit
say
any
that he
kind
won
of.
us the game. I said, was he a part of winning the game? And
Yeah, well,
is
then,
he
yes,
the
that-
reason you're holding us back?
Of course,
Like,
of
I
course.
think he's the only reason why the offense looks half decent. Because the blocking up the middle has been absolutely atrocious.
We wouldn't get past the 50 without Jones.
It's been proven.
Disagree. Barkley's the reason why. Jones has been the guy. He's the passenger. Barkley's the reason why
Really?
that offense has been as good.
Really?
Yes.
So the first game, okay, I give it to you. The second game, the Panthers shut that shit down.
They did.
Second half, the offense was moving because Barkley was starting to get going too.
Really, Barkley only had two good runs in the second
at
half.
times.
That whole drive when we scored to tie the game back up, when everybody I know and they mama in that stadium was like, "Oh man, they went up by 7 points. It's over." Daniel Jones wasn't throwing dots that whole drive.
But go ahead. Did you get that feeling, Ronnie, that the game was over when they went up 13-6?
A little bit.
And then Jones made proper plays.
Did he?
Game winning
Hold
drive.
hold on. Did he not run? Did he not run out the pocket, run all the way to the right, and throw it all the way back to his left to Richie James between three people?
Right.
He made a good throw. Yeah, he did.
This is the
And
first
he
time
scrambled out the
able to
pocket for the
answer
first down
something.
to ice
Pat,
Was he not?
Pat,
Was he not running for his life that whole game?
Pat,
Yeah,
Pat.
yeah.
The chat got a question. It says, are you are you satisfied completely with Daniel Jones and how he's played? Are you completely satisfied with him as a whole, him himself?
That's the
I don't
issue.
think nobody's
That's
satisfied
the
completely.
hold on, Tommy. That's the issue. You guys thinking I'm saying that Daniel Jones is perfect.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking to the people who are saying that Daniel Jones is holding this team back or he has nothing to do with the victories. That's not true.
No.
That's not true at all.
No.
Because when he has protection up the middle, he's 13 for 13 with a perfect rating. And when he throws to his right, he has 134.7 rating. But for some reason, when he's not getting protection, he can't throw to his left. I pointed that out. He has to work on that tremendously, and his first halves have to be way better than what they are.
Right.
But if it wasn't for Daniel Jones, them first two games, I don't care what anybody says, we would have lost those two games. Yes, he threw the interception when he tried to throw it to Barkley, but he came right back and led another touchdown drive. Yes, Saquon Barkley got a good run on that drive. Yes, he did. But if he didn't get that 4th and 1, guess what? We lose. If he doesn't get that 4th and 1 against the Panthers, guess what? We lose. If he doesn't bring that drive back when we're down 13-6, guess what? We lose.
Okay. Now, moving on. I want score predictions for Monday night. Who do you think wins the Monday night game, and what is your score prediction?
I think we're actually going to win.
Dallas. I say the Giants beat Dallas. And the reason I'm gonna say this, because y'all can talk about Daniel Jones all you want to. I kind of shied away from the Jones conversation just because it's pointless. He's not going anywhere as of this point, and I don't think he's going anywhere next year. But
that's not a score prediction for Monday, NYG.
I'm gonna get to that, Lou. I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? 24-14 Giants. I think the reason is Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is going to throw a couple interceptions here. Now, when I looked at the film against the Cincinnati Bengals, and shout out to Big Pat, he put his film review up there, all 22 highlights of the Cowboys and the Bengals. What you will see is that the Dallas Cowboys and Cooper Rush is going to throw some interceptions. I think I counted about 3 to 4 interceptions that the Bengals could have had, but guess who they got at a cornerback? Eli Apple, and he's a bum. So the fact of the matter is, we don't have an Eli Apple. We got a Dory Jackson. We got Darnay Holmes. We got Julian Love. We got Xavier McKinney. And I do feel like that this team is going to come out there and prove a point. On the defensive end, Wink Martindale, Kayvon Thibodeau, you see he's trying to control himself in the media because, media some clowns. But that's how I see it, man. 24-14. I don't want to be long-winded, man, but go ahead.
All right. I was going to ask Ronnie to go first, but since NYG jumped the gun, Miss Ronnie.
My bad, bro.
I say it's going to be 17-14 Giants.
17-14 Giants. All right. Ronnie! Okay, Miz, go ahead. What you got, Miz? Who you think wins the game? What score?
13-13 tie.
Get the hell out of here.
Jump off a damn bridge with that
tie.
Come on, man. You got to do better than that.
That's the trap game result.
I'll tell you what. Like I told Pat earlier when I spoke to him, the Giants going to lose one of these next 2 games. And I don't know which one it's going to be. So I don't have a score prediction, really. I'm taking this game real seriously, and I'm cautious. And that's just me. That's how I feel. I don't know. The Giants
Miz,
gonna lose one of these next 2 games, so it's hard for me to tell which one. I'm just trying to keep.
Miz.
Yeah.
Do you see Micah in your nightmares?
No, I'm not.
I'm just playing.
I'm not worried about Micah. I'm worried about this is one of these spots over the 30-something years that I've been watching the Giants. This is the exact spot where the Giants come in. Things are looking good. National TV, sellout
you right.
stadium,
You
and
right.
the Giants put up a milk dud. This is one
But
of
that
those
was
spots
before.
I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I'm
I
not
think we
saying
keep it rolling, man. I think we keep it rolling. I think we it's gonna be 14-21, and Daniel Jones shows why he's the quarterback of the New York Giants. And we do it off of touchdowns, not field goals.
I'm going to say 27 and late scored by Dallas 17.
I got it 23-10.
Oh, wow.
Damn. How many field goals?
Well, obviously, it's 3 field goals. We get 2
So then
touchdowns and
those-
3 field goals. But unfortunately
Daniel
for Daniel Jones, if we put up a field goal, he's in the wrong there too, because nobody else, none of the great quarterbacks put up field goals and win games too. So, but we get 3 field goals. Graham Gano's gonna have to do his job this game. 23
Still doing
to
that
10.
film review, Pat, Friday?
Uh-huh.
So wait, so you
tune into that because that's when we show you the game plan.
Hold on. We're not done with the score predictions, sir. Rick, what's your score?
I got a 23-17 Giants.
And what was yours, Jeff?
And Daniel Jones will throw for 2 touchdowns and more than 200 yards.
Let's go.
24-21. 24-21 Giants. Kayvon Thibodeau, first game, 3 sacks on Cooper Rush. I'm putting it out there.
Wow.
Tommy.
Yo, shit. Let me see. Our offense ain't gonna get rolling until Robinson come back. Preseason, it was schemed around him. He went down. O-line still gelling. I give it 17-10 Giants. I think it's still gonna be a little bumpy road until we get to like week 6. Everybody healthy, O-line clicking. Then we'll see some more points. But to your point, Thib coming back, yeah, he's gonna make an impact as long as we keep Pollard undercover, on wrap, and we keep Brown, that receiver Brown, man, he true. Hopefully we keep
Watch Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup coming back this game, right?
Yeah, watch out for Gallup. He's going to get probably matched up against the rookie Flott. So watch out for him, and he's killed us over the years.
And Brown nice. And as long as I think
gotta
we're gonna feel
watch
edges.
homeboy in the slot.
Cooper Rush got to have enough time to find them guys without getting hit by Kayvon in the season.
You got to remember Cooper Rush is 8 for 9 against the blitz, and he got a touchdown. So he gets the ball out of his hand, and he's accurate. He know where to throw the ball to. So hopefully all 4 get to him without us having to send extra pressure. But if we do send extra pressure, Wink is a master. So hopefully some of those will get home. But 17-10, though. Giants keep rolling.
Jay, you said yours, Jay?
Yeah, I said, 14-21 Giants. And before people say that I be hating or be mad at Daniel Jones and saying he's not good, I think he shows up this game and scores 2 touchdowns and shows why he's the quarterback in good fashion. It's not a field goal bails him out. It's him driving down the field and completing the drive with touchdowns.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give my take. I believe the Giants win with no less than 28 points. I think Daniel Jones throws for 3 touchdowns. Daniel Jones throws for 3 touchdowns.
Leave it up to Lou.
So that there's no doubt he throws for 3 touchdowns against this defense.
We must be doubling Parsons.
And no, we ain't got to double Parsons. We just got to smart his emotional ass. He already crying about chipping, so you
Run the
extra
ball
chip his
towards
ass.
him.
You extra chip his ass, and you run straight up the middle.
Chips and
You nullify
salsa.
him. You hurt
Yeah,
his ego.
You run it too much.
Oh damn! It is 10 people. It is 10 people in the studio. Okay, my bad, Adam. I forgot it's 10 people in the studio.
You run it his way. You got to run it to
You
Parsons.
run it straight up
his way.
Actually, you run it straight up the middle on now. I'm gonna show that to you on the film review as well. That defense is so undisciplined, it's not funny.
That's why I
I'm
said
gonna
no
be able to
less than
show it to you
28
on
points
film.
because I'm trying to drive the point home that DJ's going to throw 3 touchdowns. I'm still sticking with my 30. I think it's 30-13.
Wow.
Yeah, the Bengals' offense was trash. Their whole line trash, and they kind of held Parsons in check.
They
Our line
played
is
right
way
to
better.
Dallas' hands. They didn't run the ball with Mixon. Every time they ran the ball with Mixon, Mixon was getting 8 yards.
Yep.
They kept trying to throw the ball.
Yeah, he was eating. Their play calling killed them.
But let's not forget this man was complaining about being chipped.
Yep.
So you rattle his cage. You make sure that you keep a man in the backfield with DJ at all times to chip him and chip the shit out of him. Drive your shoulder pads into his fucking gut
Heavy tight end
every time he
They
comes
gonna
back
call-
there.
There's gonna be so many chips. They gonna call him Michael Pringles.
Let me tell you something about Michael Parsons. The dude he's gonna be great, but let me tell you something about Michael Parsons.
He's emotional. You get him frustrated.
He's not. It's not that he's emotional. Those guys are wild on that defense, and they're very undisciplined. And Michael Parsons only has 2 moves.
Right.
He has a great get off on the line, and when he tries to go inside like a little spin or something, he slows down.
Yes.
And he tips his move to the inside every single time. He only has 2 pass rush moves.
Yep.
And the only reason why he got in there to get to Tom Brady, that left tackle got injured on the 4th run of the game.
Hurt. I mean,
He didn't do shit. He wasn't doing shit until that sorry ass left tackle got in there, and he was just able to keep running straight past him. And the Bengals left tackle was ass too. He just let come run straight past him the whole game.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the Bengals offensive coordinator was doing. He kept trying to pass the ball. Every time Mixon got the ball, he got 8 yards.
Right.
So if they undisciplined ass want to come in there and shoot off the line, because DeMarcus Lawrence is the same fucking way. All they do is just try to run after the ball, play action, and hand in the ball and let Barkley go straight up the middle against those trash ass middle linebackers, Van der Bosch and Cox. I think that's his name. Pause.
Right.
We're gonna beat their ass going straight up the middle of the field. And guess what? With they undisciplined ass, if you let Jones do a play action, they're gonna chase after Barkley, and somebody should be able to get open for Daniel Jones when he rolls out the pocket. I don't care if it's Bellinger, Richie James, Slayton. Can't get right. I don't care. Have somebody rolling out there with him. Easy first down every time.
Yeah,
and if he goes on Andrew Thomas's side, that's Parsons' ass.
Oh, he gonna get cracked.
They're gonna keep him on Evan Neal. You put a runner back on Evan Neal every so often and chip his bum ass, and I promise you, he's gonna get angry and he's gonna get more undisciplined. And their DBs, all of them try to play like Diggs. They chase the receiver. If our receivers have any type of shift in their routes, we're gonna burn the shit out of them because all of them are undisciplined and those safeties are trash. Curse, that tall 27 dude, he's a bum version of what we try to do, and when he blitzes in there, he's slow. This is the exact reason why I watch film. If the inside of our line block, we're gonna beat the shit out of them because they're too undisciplined.
Tell them again, Sean Lee.
Yeah, our scheme, we're gonna out scheme them.
Yeah, definitely with Wink. Yep.
Mike McCarthy will be the reason why they lose that game. Period.
The Giants will be the reason that Dallas loses that game. Y'all gonna start putting some respect on the New York Football Giants name. And I don't take no lip from no
Jones
Falcons
is gonna
fans.
shine. He's getting better, man. He's making better decisions.
And you want to know the reason why people like Zach the Potato exist?
Jones
it's
getting
because
better.
of us. It's because of us. We destroy our team more than what this dude has been doing. And he's been going in the chat for about 3 hours.
Zach the Potato.
And obviously he doesn't care that anybody's not paying attention. Shout out to him. But the reason why he exists is because of our fan base.
Well, who played Carolina Panthers week 1?
Browns.
But then they're 2-0, correct?
No, the Browns, they're 1-1 because they just lost to the Jets.
Yeah, they lost last
ridiculously, epically.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who is 2-0. The New York Football Giants.
Yes.
And come Monday night around midnight or so, they'll be 3-0. And
Because
just around that time, I'll be making an "I told you so" video because I'm keeping receipts. And
Do
I'm
you
gonna
know?
cut
Do
and
you
paste
know?
all these
Do you know
videos
this
together of
team?
all this negative shit people be jumping on here saying, and I'm gonna get copyright stripped because I'm gonna play that damn song in the background. I told you. I'm telling you.
Hey,
Do you know? Do you know that if this team goes 4-0, we'll probably be one of the only fan bases that will still be bashing our quarterback? Do you know
Oh,
during that time? Do you know during that time when the Ravens won the Super Bowl? You know the Ravens defense held teams to field goals for like 6 weeks straight, and they were praising
Yeah,
Trent Dilfer.
Flacco was trash.
No, it was Trent Dilfer when they won that first Super Bowl.
Oh,
Trent
against
Dilfer didn't
us in
put up a
2000.
touchdown for like six
Against
weeks
us,
straight, and they were
Terry
winning on
Collins.
straight field goals, and their whole fan base was behind Trent Dilfer the whole way, and they wound up going and win the Super Bowl. Now they
Yeah,
got rid of him after they won the Super Bowl, but they won the Super Bowl.
that was tragic in 2000.
Yeah, I want to say something. I do
That
want to
was
say
tragic.
something. We do have major weapons that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, on a lot of teams they're forgotten about. But we have a hell of a weapon in Gano, and we have a damn good punter. So our
Yeah,
kicking
yeah,
team is
he's good.
strong.
He's very good.
I think we have a Pro Bowl kicker and punter this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
Our
as
kick
soon as
game
we
is
crossed
strong
the
because
50.
we came in this season to stomp that ass. So you gotta have strong legs when you stomping some ass. And that's what we're gonna do to the Dallas Cowgirls Monday night.
pause.
I've never heard a franchise that wins and they still bash the team like we're 0-2.
All right.
You do know this is a team effort.
Hey, you
We're a
know what?
team effort winning team.
I just thought of something, Pat. The Giants are named the Giants because of all the giant skeletons that was unearthed in New York State. That's a fact. The 49ers are named the San Francisco 49ers because the gold rush in 1849 in
And
San
the
Francisco.
one
The
of the
Minnesota
Niners.
Vikings are named the Vikings because they believe that Eric the Red and Leif Erikson and them landed here before Columbus and any of them in Minnesota. Okay, all of these names have a historic meaning. The Giants are called the New York Football Giants because all the giants that was unearthed in New York in the Smithsonian tried to cover up. Now, the biblical lore and the Native American lore say that the giants were cannibals. So it would make sense that the giant fan base have this cannibalistic mindset and they're always trying to eat upon each other and prey upon each
Jesus
other.
Christ.
Right, makes sense.
Hey, are you hungry? Yeah, you want a limb? You want a leg or an arm? Man, you got a breast? No.
Now that's deep for that ass.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to think about it, man. 5 years.
Oh,
That's
God.
deep for that ass.
Good one, Jeff.
It's not that, man. Listen,
Man,
you're
look,
gonna
you
you're
got to
gonna
remember
you're gonna deal
5
with this.
years of
You're gonna
losing.
deal with this all year long. So get ready for this, all right, Pat?
Yeah.
You guys can't take it personal. But half the fan base wants to believe in Jones with their heart, and the other half of the fan base with their mind says this is not the guy. So you're gonna have this going on all season.
True.
It's a
What a
choice they
ride.
make that
They
entire
tired of
night.
losing, man. Look, it was 5 years of horrible coaching, horrible injuries, horrible play calling, horrible management. It was 5 years of that. It
Hey,
was 5
highlight
years.
Wales' comment at
And then
12:17.
now it's Jones getting better, right? He ain't exactly where we want him, but it's gonna take time. It ain't gonna be overnight. But the progress he got right now is more than what he's done in the past couple of years.
That's right.
So
That's
this
right.
2-0 is a complete turnaround.
Right.
And then for people to hate Jones, I mean, Jones has been put in bad positions. He hasn't had no support. He ain't had no team. He ain't had no coaching.
Right.
And for it to be 2-0 right now, it just shows the Mara. He allowed Joe to do his thing. Dab was doing his thing. The scouting, the recruiting, the coaching, the play calling, just everything. Everything's the right way. And now this KG thing blowing up in the media, the Tony thing blows up in the media, Jones blows up in the media. But at the end of the day, they keep calm. even down 13, they be down 13. Nobody panic. They still calling good plays. They still, might be punting here and there. They
I
might
got
have a couple stalls, but then they end up making the right play, putting points up. So, and it turns into victories. They're finding ways to win. So, for them to find ways to win and to actually put it together so soon against a Titan team that is put together. Come on, man. Like we playing with house money. We got our B
do
team out there. We got our B
y'all
team out there.
understand? Do y'all understand how great it is for us to be 2-0 right now?
Yes.
Really nice.
Good. Yes.
This man is throwing his number one receiver that's getting paid $72 million is in the media crying about playing time. His number two receiver, Kadarius Toney, they don't even know if he knows the playbook correctly. His number three receiver and Sterling Shepard is coming off a torn Achilles. The number four guy that's supposed to replace the guy with the torn Achilles just hurt his knee. Richie James is coming off a season where he tore his ACL and didn't even play all last season. Darius Slayton can't get in on the field. Seals is the preseason Hulk Hogan. This is his first season action. Bellinger is a rookie. His right tackle is a rookie. His left guard is a rookie. His center is John Feliciano. This is his first time at center full time. His right guard, Glowinski, yes, he's a veteran, and I think he has the best left tackle in the league, and this is his first time having Saquon Barkley healthy since his rookie year.
Wow.
It's a lot of things against him.
Yep.
Against the Giants, period.
And he's playing in his fourth system in 4 years. And the man is 2-0. And he still can't get, man, thank you for progressing. If it wasn't for you doing that one little thing that you did, we wouldn't have won. Guess what? You say you're holding us back.
You're right, because I get on him. I be getting on him about the little throws he could have made earlier, sooner. You know what I mean? Some plays he missed. I get on him because of that, because I can see his development that has turned around so fast, and I can see him just correcting those little things and him really being so much better than what he is.
Name me
So
one
maybe that's what it
quarterback.
is.
Name me one quarterback in the league besides Daniel Jones that's gone through all that.
After I read this comment, Chris Lee at 1220 says, does it make anyone else frustrated? The Eagles are apparently a Super Bowl lock to the media after 2 weeks, and that the media thinks Parsons is better than Lawrence Taylor. People make millions for horrendous takes.
They showed this.
We're doing this for free. What the hell?
They said he the second coming of LT, and then
No
they don't
way.
even mention
No
our win.
way.
They don't mention our win. They don't mention. They mentioned that Tennessee. Oh, it's just Tennessee on a bad day. Then they mention our last win. Oh, it should not have been that way.
Hold on, Tommy. Hold on, Tommy. That only works now if we were losing, Adam. That's not an excuse for Daniel Jones. He's 2-0. So you can't say excuses now because that's not an excuse for him losing. He won.
Game winning drives too.
With all that going on, the man still won. We're 2-0. So you can't say excuses now.
He came from behind.
What you gonna say excuse for? He won.
Came from behind and won.
That only works when he loses. What if he goes 4-0? You still going to say excuses?
I guarantee you we're not kicking 85-yard field goals, so somebody had to get us down the damn field.
Hey, once we pass the 50, it's a for show 3.
That's what nobody wants to talk about.
And the last time I checked, the person calling the play in the huddle, sorry, NYG, is the quarterback.
And Jones
it's not Saquon Barkley. It's not Kenny Galloday. It's not Sterling Shepard. When they all huddle around, they huddle around number 8. He's the one that kneels down and tells them, hey, this is what we doing.
You name one quarterback that's going through half of what I just said Daniel Jones goes through.
Look what Aaron Rodgers going through.
And I'm not defending him either. I'm not even going as far as Pat. I'm not defending him. Because I believe, like a lot of us, and I know Pat believes this too, this is a make it or break it year for the kid, period.
Oh, it's over with.
Whether anybody likes him or doesn't like him. If you don't fucking go 11-6 this year, and you're not big reason, and you're not a big reason as to why we're 11-6, you're out of here.
But that's the point I was trying to make, Lou. What if they do go 11-6, make the playoffs, and you have a situation where You got a lot of fans already on Jones's. You know what? What happens then? Do they sign this kid or do they release him? Because if you release him, you gotta have a valuable other option. So
Sign
this
him
is
one
what I'm
more
talking
year.
about.
Put him on a put him on a waiver wire or whatever the hell that is.
Franchise tag. You franchise
franchise tag.
No,
Barkley,
let
one more
Adam
year.
come on.
If he makes
I'm gonna
it,
go in the chat. I'll give him my
or
spot
not
because he wants to talk.
I meant
I'll be in the chat.
Daniel Jones.
Let Adam come on. He wants to really talk. He wants to say his piece.
As long as he wants to talk and not yell, because there's a lady present, sir.
Oh,
that's
okay.
I'm talking nice.
He's
too,
not
you
yelling.
hear
He
me?
just passionate.
Hey, what Dabble's doing with Jones is better than what he did with Allen.
She probably could kick my ass, but
Hey Pat, I'm gonna hop off too, but thanks for having me.
All
on.
right, Rick.
Good night, everyone.
Congratulations, you job.
Congratulations, Rick.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. Hey, don't mess it up, all right?
Right.
I'll try not.
Mazel tov.
No, yeah, mazel tov. For real.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Mazel tov, Rick.
But that's what I was saying though. What if Jones and the Giants go to the playoffs? What are you gonna do? Because if you're picking the bottom half of the first round, right? And okay, so if you franchise them, this is what I agree with Jeffy T. And shout out to you, Joe. I think that's what's gonna happen. So you're gonna have another opportunity because I think this team is going to the playoffs. They have a very solid path to the playoffs.
He dropped off. He heard you say, I think
he
the
can't
team is
handle
going
this
to the
shit, man. A lot of people can't handle my energy, bro. But that's cool, though, man. I do think the Giants are going to the playoffs. And the fact of the matter is, it's because of the defense, and it's because of Daniel Jones and his offense. And definitely, look what's going to happen. You're not going to have another option. If you want Daniel Jones gone, I'm not a Daniel Jones apologist. You guys know that. But if you want him gone, guess what? It's not going to happen. This team's going to make the playoffs, and Brian Dable and Joe Shane are not dumb GMs, and they're not going to mortgage their future for a guy like Anthony Richardson or one of these quarterbacks coming out in college. But I'll go ahead and post that question to y'all, man.
Man,
I hope.
Adam,
I was just gonna say to your point. I hope we don't take Lamar because that's gonna cost a lot of money.
Right, and that's the option, Tommy.
We're not getting Lamar. Just get all Giants fans get that out of your head. Lamar Jackson is not coming here. Get it out of your head right now.
It's gonna cost a lot.
I don't
It's gonna cost a whole bunch.
I don't think that's
It's gonna
happening.
cost more than what Russell Wilson got.
Man, how many teams are in a position like the Giants with all
Not
the
get me
possibilities
wrong.
we have
If
to
we
give
had
to
Lamar Jackson as our quarterback, this team is immediately 10 times better.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give up the house to
Lamar
get him.
Jackson, man, people in trouble.
Is he a free agent next year? He's a free agent next year, right? Or is he
I don't know. He's not going to be a free agent.
We're gonna have to give up the
Franchise.
house to get him. We're gonna have to give up the house to get him.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a possibility.
And we got too many picks and all that to be able to get stronger in the draft.
We need
'Cause
too many other
this coaching
pieces.
staff has shown how strong they draft.
This
So
is his
you need to
fifth
get him
year,
some
right?
receiver.
This is fifth year. Because he
Yeah.
came out of the same class, so he technically
Yeah.
is a free agent next year. Because
They're
they only
gonna
gave him the
they're
5th year
gonna
option.
franchise him.
They'll probably franchise or sign him to a long-term deal.
They gonna franchise the shit out that boy.
Yeah, you're gonna give up 4 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna give up the house for him.
With all the stuff that we still need.
But I guarantee you, if
No,
he
we
was in
don't
a
have a
giant
number one
uniform,
receiver.
it'll be motherfucking 30 points up, like Luke said, every game.
Yeah, well, we don't have a number one receiver. We still don't have a solid center, let alone a dog at center. Okay,
Right.
we still have questions at guard. You know what I mean? We still have questions at guard. We can damn sure use
Lemieux, where's
middle
Lemieux at?
linebacker and a cornerback that's a dog. So you get them 4 pieces. You know, a center that's a freaking dog, a guard, a cornerback that's a hawk, a ball hawk, and a middle linebacker, a Mike
no,
linebacker. You get 4 studs at that position, at those positions, and then we're a solid team.
Chris Bucco. No, Jimmy G took a 3-year, $27 million deal, or 20 million.
Yeah, he's with the 49ers for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Sucks for having a
Yeah, Trey Lance is injury prone.
Shit.
And all them 49ers fans wanted Trey Lance until they got Trey Lance, and now they kissing Jimmy G's ass again.
So Pat, so Big Pat, what is the option if you move on from DJ next year? What's the option?
Wait till Eli Matthew get out of there.
If the scenario happens, if we make it to the playoffs, you're gonna have to franchise them because we're not gonna have a high enough draft pick to get one of those quarterbacks.
You're not franchising him. You're not franchising
him. Manning to come in.
Let me ask you guys this. Okay, now say we toss DJ out on his ass at the end of the season, right? I'm just saying. Let's just say we toss DJ out on his ass and say we're not renewing shit, we're not franchising shit. We're gonna go draft a quarterback, right? Now we go get CJ Stroud or whoever, right?
Bryce Young.
Do you guys think that year one we're a playoff team? No.
Possibly.
Rookie quarterback.
It's a possibility.
No, absolutely
you
not.
Say possibility. It's a possibility.
Okay, we still don't have a hawk, a dog at the center position. We still need
you still gonna have picks to get that.
Not that guy.
No, you're not. Because we're gonna have to trade those picks to get up in the first.
Well,
in the
I mean, we have money to have free agency, so I don't understand what the problem is.
Adam, check the free agents that are coming out next year.
Quarterback, yeah, right.
I didn't say we had to get a free agent quarterback. You said we're trading.
Period. Check them out. I think this free agency class coming up is terrible.
Point, fellas. Sheesh.
True.
Okay.
So if we go get a young rookie quarterback next year, right, and we still haven't gotten a guard, a center, a true number one wide receiver, which this team does not have because Galloday does not want to be here. Okay, so with those needs right there and a rookie quarterback, do you think that we're a contender next year? More than likely, no. Okay, so for everybody who wants DJ out on his ass right now, just be understanding that if you get what you want at the end of the year and DJ's gone, we're looking at another year that we're not going to the playoffs next season.
How do you know?
Because we'll be drafting the freaking center. We'll be
how do you know?
Wide receiver. We already have a receiver in Tony who.
Just saying. Did you expect us to be 2-0?
Yes, I did. I'm probably the only person.
Okay, so if you expect us to be 2-0, I can't forecast what's going to happen next year. All I know is what I see right now. Okay, we could talk about ifs and buts and candies and nuts, and every day would be Christmas. I mean, all I'm saying is right now, the guy that we have ain't the guy, and I don't give a shit if this rebuild takes long and we get a new quarterback. If the guy is going to be better, if the guy is better,
from what he was programmed the wrong way.
He was built for Shermer's offense.
Take some time.
Built for Shermer's
bad online.
But in the scenario, Adam, we make it to the playoffs.
It's taking time.
I don't care. Who cares?
He's showing progress. Tony, I mean, Jones is showing a lot more progress than last year.
You was a pimp in your former life.
He sounds just like
everybody screaming around him, and he like, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't think DJ. Progress. I don't see any progress in DJ.
It has been. He's made better decisions than what he has.
Because all the people that I listen to, and that scout the team.
He has no interior O line. He has no interior O line. He has no.
Again, here we go. Here we go.
So you don't see Mahomes with her O-line. You don't see Mahomes with number 3 receivers.
Well, Mahomes had the worst offensive line in football when he went to the Super Bowl.
This man talking about the Super Bowl. We talking about right now.
Okay, we're talking about right now. Right now, Cooper Rush had a better game. Right now, Cooper Rush had a better game than Daniel Jones. Give me a break.
All we got is Thomas. That's it.
Oh my God! Give me a break.
On the O-line.
He progressed.
We got
under 200 yards is progression.
We got Neal and
Azeez. Patrick Mahomes when he went to the Super Bowl and both his tackles got hurt and his guard got hurt.
Bellinger.
Not only did he lose, he got his ass
Robinson,
beat.
A rookie.
What happened? What happened with Mahomes last
Come on,
season
man.
before his
You sitting
offensive
there
line
bashing
jail?
for no
Weren't they
reason.
under
You
500?
don't know football. You just talk.
What?
That's all
Excuse
it
me?
is.
Excuse me?
This is how I look
I
every
talk.
time we
I
do
know
this
big
conversation.
Okay.
Texas football.
You
All
yes,
you doing
because
is
you
talk.
okay. Do you watch football? Do
doing
you
is
know
just
my
talk.
history? Give me a break,
You
yo.
just
Don't
talk.
sit up here and try to
At the end
insult
of the
me.
day,
Don't sit up
Jones
here and
is
try to insult me.
improving.
No, he's not.
Jones
No, he's
has
not. No,
improved.
he's not. Okay,
It
so
shows.
all the scouts that I
He's
listen to
2-0.
that all the scouts.
When
Hey,
has he ever been 2-0?
hold on, pimp.
When has he?
I heard your
When has
point.
he ever
I
been
heard your
2-0?
point. I heard your
When
point.
has he been 2-0?
I heard your
When
point.
has
I heard
Jones
your point.
ever been
I heard
2-0?
Are you going to let me finish my fucking point? Or are you
When
just going to say
has
something?
Jones ever been 2-0? Just when? When has Jones been 2-0? Just when? That's just the question. When has Jones been 2-0?
Today.
Never.
Oh.
He's never been 2-0. So it's clear progress. If that ain't clear progress, then you're not understanding what football and progress
I understand what football is, my friend. Thank you very much. You don't understand the progression of a quarterback, obviously, because you're sitting up here thinking you
Hey,
know
I ain't
everything.
say that he
Okay,
did a whole
but
big old turnaround.
oh my
I
God,
said
he's so great. He's
progressing.
great. He threw
It's
for
a
200 yards in
process.
2 games, and he's
It's
great.
a
Give me a break.
process.
Give me a break.
It's a
His defense
process.
won us both the
A
games. You want
new
to sit here?
O-line. I didn't say that
New O line
should say
excuses. You sound like
a
everybody
new
else who
O-line,
defends.
a new
Oh yes,
coaching.
a new coach,
He's
new O line, and
2-0.
this is the last year for him.
2-0.
Oh my God,
2-0.
2-0, 2-0,
He's
2-0.
never
But he
been
did.
2-0
I
before.
don't care. He sucked in
He's
these 2
never.
games. Oh my
He's never
God,
been
yo.
2-0 before.
Whatever, man.
So he
You,
sucked
Just
and he's
never.
thrown 3
That's all I'm
touchdowns and only
saying.
1 pick.
3 touchdowns. Oh my God. Carson Wentz has
Never.
thrown
Joe
more
Burrow
yardage than
has
him.
3 touchdowns and he has 4 picks, sir.
Yeah, okay. My point is, I'm taking Joe
He
Burrow
talking
over
about
Daniel
Carson Wentz
Jones.
is going into a team that's
But
already
Daniel
put
Jones
together
sucks with
with the
3
Oh
coach
my
that's been there
touchdowns.
for
God.
3
Hey, you
years.
guys give so many
When the coach has been there
excuses.
for 3
You give
years
me
already.
so many excuses. You
Yeah,
haven't given me
because
anything.
he's
You
2-0.
haven't
Information.
you haven't
Factual
told me
information.
anything.
There's nothing about no
What
excuse. It's
yeah, there's
factual
excuses.
information.
Yeah, it's not
It's all
factual information.
facts.
Crazy.
It's
Okay,
all.
okay, yeah, okay,
Tommy,
yeah. You're so
Hold on.
by your hold on 1 second, NYG. By your logic, Adam, a guy that's thrown for 3 touchdowns and 1 pick and that has 100 quarterback rating and is 2-0 sucks, right?
yes.
His defense won the games for him. So I'll tell you
Yes.
that Joe
So
Burrow
Jimmy
has the
G,
same
Jimmy G, what was Jimmy G's problem last year? If he's so good, what was his problem last year? They wanted to get rid of him. They went to the
Jimmy
playoffs
G lost like
last
8
year with that guy.
Guess
games
They
what?
wanted to get rid of that
out of
guy.
Guess
like
what?
30.
What happened when
Jimmy
they got
G
rid
has
of
lost
Jimmy?
8
They-
games
Trey
out of
Lance
30.
came in.
Okay, so what happened in the playoffs, homie?
No, what
Who won them
happened
that
when
game
they
in the
got
playoffs? What
8
happened?
games
What
out of
happened in the
30.
playoffs?
You're
What happened in the
comparing Jimmy
playoffs?
G and
what happened?
Jones.
No, hold on, Tommy.
You can't
Oh my
compare Jones
God!
and
Oh my
Jones.
God! Oh my God! My God!
What happened when they
Talking
got rid
about
of
team.
Jimmy
What
G?
is?
What happened when they got
Oh
rid of
my
Jimmy
God!
G and
You
Trey
guys,
Lance came?
this is why I don't come on your stream. You got frauds on here. Fraudulence.
Hey,
Straight
Now I'm a
fraud.
all
fraud
I gotta
because
say
I
is
asked you
factual
a question.
information.
You brought
Jimmy
up
G
Jimmy
is
Daniel
a
G.
Jones hasn't
proven
been 2-0. Give
quarterback.
me a break. Give me a
You
Jimmy
brought
break.
G's
up Jimmy
record
G,
Give me a
sir.
break.
is
You brought up
untouched compared to starters out in the
Hold
league right
on,
now.
hold on, Tommy. Your voice too smooth. Hold on,
Hey, time out.
hold on, Jay Lay.
Tommy stayed right in the pocket the whole time. He
Right,
was talking
like
this the
he was a
whole.
pimp. I'm
Wasn't
convinced he
that
was.
wavering at all.
Hold on,
Pimpin'
but
ain't easy,
you
man.
nobody brought up Jimmy G, but Adam. When the 49ers got rid of Jimmy G because he sucked, when they put Trey Lance in the game, did he not go out there and lose to the Bears? Did he not suck against the Seahawks? And then when Jimmy G came in the game and put up 27 points and they beat Seattle 27-7, what were the 49ers fans doing? Were they still saying he sucked?
What happened what happened in the championship game?
He was in the championship games.
What happened to the championship game? He
Poor
didn't
play
come through
calling.
for his team.
That's on the coach. He missed one
Oh my
ball.
God! Oh my
That's
God!
poor play calling.
Right, he missed
Come
one
on,
ball
Bill
that
Shanahan's
game.
known for the poor play
was
Oh
calling.
my God!
He lost 2 Super Bowls.
Oh my God! He
He
didn't
It's
even do
facts.
that. Oh my God!
It's factual.
What?
Shanahan
It's
has
factual.
lost 2 Super
Okay.
Bowls from
All
poor
right.
play
I don't
calling.
know what I don't know what I'm talking about. This guy Tommy knows more than me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And that's
all right.
Joel's quarterback.
You
Give
guys
respect to
bugged
Joel's
out.
quarterback, Jimmy G. All right? That's Joel's quarterback that he was defending all last year.
Who?
He
That's his
has to leave.
quarterback.
He has to leave
Huh?
because he put his foot in his own mouth.
Huh?
He put his foot in his own mouth. You brought up Jimmy G.
That's your
What
quarterback,
happened
Joel.
when the 49ers finally got rid of Jimmy G and they brought in the hot shot Trey Lance, the hot shot rookie? Everybody said it was just going to be this hot shot dude. That dude can't complete a pass to save his life. And who had to save him? Jimmy fucking G. And they're kissing his ass right now.
Yeah, they
But
are
the thing
too.
about it is that get on my nerves is somebody can come up here and say that Cooper Rush is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. This is where I
And guess
agree
what?
with Pat.
They won on a field goal at the end of the game.
Right. That exactly, Pat. And that's where you know what I'm saying? Despite my
And we still scored more than they did.
Right. I agree, man. You can't sit up there and say that Daniel Jones is a worse quarterback than Cooper Rush or Baker Mayfield or Ryan Tannehill, some of these other quarterbacks, man. Like, screw that, bro. Like, this dude been on the team, man. Like, these guys.
Daniel Jones great. Hell no.
Oh, my
not.
God. I'm going to have to take some aspirin after this. I got a splitting headache from this freaking conversation.
I'm not about to do that, man. I'm not about to do that as a content creator, man, because that makes you look silly, man. You just picking the other team to win because you feel like that your take is right. No matter what evidence you see in front of you, you see the team progressing. You see Daniel Jones progressing. You see the defense is balling. They on fire right now. But you going to pick the Dallas Cowboys? That's disrespectful,
Well,
man.
see,
How can you pick the Dallas Cowboys, man?
The thing is,
How can you do that, man?
What
Go
they
ahead,
got to do is that they're look, we're 2-0, so you've got nothing to bitch about. Oh yes, they do.
I don't know who
Whenever
homie
win
is.
Classify
Little
3
bit
up with
less.
Joel with the best statement of the night so far. With 2-0,
more,
why are we
and a
bitching?
little
Thank you,
more.
Joel.
Hey, look, you go 5-1. Yeah, okay. We go 5-1. Great. You know what? I can see us going 4-2. I think we're gonna lose a game here soon. We're getting cocky.
Start out
4-2 sounds
5-1.
good.
I'm not gonna be fucking mad.
I know.
no.
You know,
4-2 sounds
boy,
good.
it's the goddamn Cowboys.
We
I'm
didn't
happy
end
right
our
now.
season with 5 wins. So if we start our season with 5 wins, I'm ecstatic. And
4-2 sounds good.
if he don't throw for 300 yards, but we win, I don't care.
We're not losing to the Cowboys because I'm going to tell you what.
What I'm saying is the stuff
Giants are
that
going to make a
people
statement.
are bickering about some stuff that is significant if you lose.
Right.
But the only significance it bears right now after a win is, okay, these are things we need to work on and improve on, right? But we're still good enough in these areas to still win. So let's work on improving in these areas and playing to our strengths, which are bread and butter right now. And that's it. You do that until everything lines up, and then your freaking pass protection is just as good as your run blocking. And then your route running is just as good as your screenplay game. And your blocking is just as good as your catching. And you know what I'm saying? Once everything ties in, it becomes seamless. It's second nature. So, give it a little bit of time. As long as we're winning games, there's nothing to bicker about. Now, had we lost them games, would we have good reason to be here at each other's throats? Probably. But we won. Why are we yelling at each other?
Because this fan base is not used to winning. That's why. They're not
Yeah,
used to winning. The fan base is not, and I'm taking my receipts for that one. The fan base is not used to winning, and that's why you have the bickering still going about Daniel Jones, Kenny Galloday, and everybody else. Because we've been a losing franchise for 10 years, and they don't know how to handle winning.
I fuck with Adam too.
Me and
But
Adam
that's
have
the
a phone
true statement,
conversation.
bro.
So I don't want people that be
thinking that we don't mess with
watching
Adam. Adam cool
and
as
think that
shit.
me and Adam gonna be sitting here cursing each other out. Now
Adam's
every
my
time we
brother,
see
yeah.
each other.
Adam's our boy.
That statement is true as shit. We're so used to losing.
The NFC East Roundup. I was on this team earlier, man.
We are so this fan base is so used to losing.
Right, you're so
That's why.
used to losing that when we do win, you think the way we win is not good enough.
It's a mirage.
We're supposed to win
Right.
31-3 every game, or 34-20, or 31-13. That's how we supposed to win.
Yeah, we won, but shit,
Right, Pat.
I want the greatest show on turf type of win. I don't want no defensive win.
Hey,
I
look,
want 5 touchdowns now.
Fuck Daniel Jones. He's supposed to have 158.3 rate with 4 touchdowns, no picks, 102 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. We supposed to win 56-10.
In Madden,
don't give a shit.
In Madden, yes.
Right.
In the real
But you know what's the
NFL,
best thing? You know what's the best thing about our team is
What
we
is it,
show
Smooth
true
talking
grit.
money?
We got grit. We don't give up. We
You know what the
got
best
grit,
thing also?
and
We haven't played our
and we
best
stick to
football
the
yet.
scheme. We stick to the play. We haven't played our best football at
We
all.
have not played our best football
And that's
yet, and we're
pretty damn
2-0.
good. Right.
Right.
And that's pretty
And we don't
damn
even have
good.
2 of our best players back yet. That's the thing. Let me just say my piece real quick. That's why I try to stay off. That's why I just try to stay off Twitter, because Twitter, obviously, right now, everybody's just too obsessed with Daniel Jones talk and all this stuff. It's just so stupid. It really is so dumb. At this point, we are a 2-0 football team. Yes, there's things we need to work on. Yes, there's things we need to improve on. But we're 2-0 for
Jeff,
the
what's the
first
record?
time for 2000. 2-0. Somebody put 2 up there. Somebody
What's the
write it
record at
down
the
the
end of the
screen.
season, Jeff?
Write it
What's
down.
the record
Pat,
at the
write
end
it
of the
down the
season,
screen.
Jeff?
Say we're 2-0. Giants
Yeah.
2-0.
What's the
That's
record
what
at
we
the
are
end of
right
the
now.
season, Jeff?
Can I see?
Yeah.
I want better. You know what, Lou? 11-6 is not good enough for me if we keep winning. I want more.
Hey, I
It's
would
not
tell
good
you
enough
what.
for me.
I would tell you what's
Now
funny
you
as
sound like
shit.
Adam. Now you sound like Adam.
I'm
We're 2-0,
selfish.
but I want more. I want him to throw
Okay,
5
okay,
Hey,
you know what?
I would
We
tell. I
sucked
would
for
tell
years.
you.
I'm selfish. Go ahead,
I would
Pat.
tell y'all what's funny as shit. Yo, Tommy don't budge, bro.
Hey, I told you. Hey,
Adam was talking to Tommy, and I swear to goodness, his voice never changed. All he kept saying was
Well,
2-0.
you know, I went
2-0.
12-5. Might not be
2-0.
enough. Maybe 14 and fucking 3. I don't know.
You know what that shows?
He asked.
Cause it's facts, Pat.
No,
Like
you
he
know what
want to
that
argue
shows?
about things and
Hey,
all this, but it's factual.
Tommy.
Jones is better because he's 2-0. Like what? It don't. If it would have been the old Jones, we would be 0-2.
Easily.
You know what that shows?
That's smooth talking Tommy right there.
No,
boy.
no, Tommy done dealt with a ratchet female
Yeah.
before.
And here's the best part. Here's the
And
best
he
part.
had
Nah,
to
hey,
find his
hey,
happy
oh,
There's a lady on this
nah.
chat here.
Hey,
He
I'm
had to
from
how to
look,
find his happy
I'm from the
place.
track. I'm from the hood.
Gonna
I'm
have
from
me
31
going
South
top
Side,
mode.
H-Town.
That's it.
Never ratchet. Never that.
You're already gonna get a
Never.
tough set. It's gonna be tough cuffing some of us over
You
here.
probably had to deal with a ratchet girl for a long time, but you had to learn how to find your happy
Whenever you come down here and come watch the games down here on Sunday Fun Day, and then we out watching the game, it ain't never gonna be no ratchet. Never. It's gonna be grown and sexy every time.
Hey, yeah. Houston,
You just said that so smooth too when you said that. It's gonna be
Hey.
sexy.
For real,
That's right.
it's gonna be playing and grown and sexy where
Wait a
everything's
minute.
gonna chill.
Wait a minute.
Yo,
How
you
the hell
ever
do
try to get a job on the Quiet Storm?
Hey, y'all, that's why, for real,
Everything
hey,
gonna be
that's
chill.
why he sounds like that. That's why
Hey,
that's
wait a minute. Hey, did they have this for most white guys that are old and we got like one arm? But shit, I got a little play left. You know what I mean?
And also, you see in the background his wife come over and smack him upside the head.
Great.
Oh,
You can't tell that he from
But see,
H-Town, Dad.
look, but this is how I
Yeah,
feel
that's
when
like
your team
H-Town.
is 2-0 though.
I know. That's what it does feel like.
I don't get it, guys. I'm sorry. I know you guys talk about the haters, like the haters out there with Daniel Jones and everything else. Who honestly cares what they say? Let them go out there and complain and say this person sucks or that person sucks. Who cares? We're 2-0, and we haven't played our best football, and there's still more for this team
Not
to
at
grow.
all.
So let's just enjoy it because we've been a bad team for 10 years, and this fan base has not known what it's like to win since we won our Super Bowls about a decade ago. So, yeah, there's things that need to get better, but let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy the ride because who knows when it might end. You don't know. Let's just be happy we're 2-0.
I don't
Let's
think it's
try to
to
see
be
if we can improve
enjoyed.
on it.
It's to
Third
root them
youngest
on.
team
Exactly.
in the whole NFL. Like, come on.
Right.
We have the
Yeah,
third
root them
youngest
on.
team. And the beauty of all this is the way Wink has come in and has
Change
really
the
taken
culture.
control, right, and really put it down. And these guys have bought in.
They
And
bought
these
in.
young defensive players, they're going. Look at the guy that
They flying.
Leonard Williams. He was stuffing that middle up like you wouldn't believe. You would have thought Leonard Williams was still in the game.
McCaffrey and Henry.
And Dex, too. And Dexter Lawrence.
He was good. So we have to be grateful. We now have a coaching staff to really take us to the promised land now.
Man, what?
So now we just
Super
got to get
Bowl.
the rest of the pieces, and we have to get the glue together, and we are going to go somewhere. And that is a big deal.
Fact. That's
You're
for
right.
sure.
Absolutely. Ronnie, thank you for saying that. And just everybody remember, too, we're doing this, and Shane and Dable don't have their guys. They're playing with Gettleman's players right now. Wait until Gettleman's players, some of them are gone. Because some of them will be gone. Some of them will still be here, depending on the fit.
All of them will be gone.
Yeah, just wait till Dable gets his guys in here, and then you'll really see what this team could be about.
Yeah, there's some good defensive players coming out in the draft this year.
I don't think Barkley's
there is.
going anywhere.
There
But
is.
offensive wise, everybody else is on the table except Barkley, and of course the offensive line with me, Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal. But everybody else is on the table, man. Offensive wise.
Well, NYG, you and I were talking about yesterday. If they play as well as they are, it's gonna be. I think three guys are might be here next year. Is gonna be Jones, Barkley, and Shep because of the
I just
leadership
thought
on
of
that
something.
team.
I just thought of something. Hold on, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Yo, they might have been working up the Aziz's and Thibodeau's endurance in the gym, and letting the second string guys getting the that them get the reps the first two games. Then you bring Thibodeau's and Aziz for the Dallas game. Who the hell is going to slow down?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm serious.
And their O-line's not good.
They're all somebody's going to be in there and always have fresh legs.
O-line is terrible.
That's where the term "get his ass" came from. I saw that last year when we watched the Bills. Every play there was fresh people on the field. They was just interchanging people in and out.
Yeah,
that's the way they're trying to build this team. These guys got Zimenez playing like he wants to make a Pro Bowl.
Oh my God!
It's
the guy we've been punching.
He made a
the
lot
old
of
school NASCAR package. Remember that?
Yeah.
NASCAR package. That's what they
it's coming back.
It's
all the
back.
truth package. Belton, McKinney, Holmes.
Right, Ronnie.
Remember the Giants used to rotate all those defensive linemen all the time to keep them fresh? It's coming back right now. That's how the good teams win, because if you could rotate those guys and keep them fresh throughout the whole season, you're going to be able to get them more fresh as the season goes along. Thank you. I'm done.
Jeff.
Camera off.
We're
Jeff.
going to Dallas might be in for a shock if they get
You remember
Aziz
when
and
Bobby
Thibodeau
Boucher
three
came in at halftime and beat the Mud Dogs in the Mud Bowl?
You know,
I'm
how our O-line.
Lou, Mama
they
was
on them.
wrong again.
I can't wait to see how our O-line on them pull plays when our guards when they pull. I can't wait to see some of them plays. See how they mow some of them linebackers down.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Evan Gill is just so big. I can't wait to see him when he get his footwork right.
Right.
Dangerous.
It's gonna come.
Yeah.
It's gonna come with time. Evan Neal will get himself going when he gets more of the time
Why
in the league.
But why you worried about Micah Parsons? Let me just interject real quick, Tommy, man. Shout out to you, bro. You be spitting fire, man. Salute, man. You got a YouTube channel, man? Because I want to subscribe.
Nah. I just come on here and fuck with my boy Pat and Boo and Joe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I like your content. I like your vibe, bro.
Man,
but
this is
got
just
a good
football.
run.
Man, this is big Texas football out here. Been doing football all our life.
Oh,
So
sure is.
football, man, it can't be nothing to be told. I used to play with Tommy Harris back in high school. He was my
Oh,
D
wow.
linebacker. So
He was a beast
you know,
before
I
he
know
got hurt with
football.
the
You know,
Bears.
man, Taco
He
Bear
played
went to
at
the Super Bowl
Oklahoma, I
and
think.
all that. Tommy
Didn't he
Harris.
play at Oklahoma? Tommy
Yeah,
Harris?
Oklahoma. We on this side
Yeah,
of the
he
railroad.
went to the
You know what I
Bears.
mean? Yeah,
He
Oklahoma.
said we on this
So I
side.
saw that Choklahoma.
I like
Let's
that.
go Rutgers. RU baby 3-0. Let's
Yep,
go.
that's
Shout out to our guy
Ah,
Coach Ed Gladney. Big time. You know the Rutgers stuff. We're 3-0. I don't care who he played.
Hey,
Yep.
hey, sir, you can't be talking shit to our guests, sir. Come on, man.
Oh no, that's college talk.
I know.
That's how that college talk go. That's big college talk.
Definitely. What you mean? Cuz we 3-0. We better give him the business.
No, I'm talking about Rutgers. All right, Lou. When was the last time Rutgers was a relevant
Rutgers
team?
never been.
Rutgers hasn't been
Never.
relevant in like decades.
You're
Since
right.
2006, when they were a ranked team. That year when they lost, I believe, against Louisville. No, actually, they beat
Yep.
Louisville, and then
No,
they
they
had the
lost,
chance to beat West
somebody
Virginia.
stupid.
West Virginia, they lost to.
Yeah.
That's when we had Mike Teal, Kenny Britt, Ray Rice,
Yep.
Taekwon
Kenny
Underwood,
Britt,
Tim
Ray
Brown.
Rice. Didn't y'all get in trouble for having that team?
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of them
I
went
think
to
so.
jail. Couple
Yeah.
of them.
Because y'all paid them boys to go over there to Rutgers. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody doing. They paying all their players.
They are, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Legal
true.
now.
I mean,
Just
You
gotta
ain't see
be
that
quiet
kid.
about it. That's it.
It's a kid in seventh. He like in seventh grade, and they Tennessee trying to pay him maybe like $8 million to already
Yep.
recruit
That's
to
true.
Commit to them.
Tennessee.
So as soon as he step on Tennessee's campus, he has $8 million in his account.
Right.
Nah, I think it's even sooner than that.
Might
That's
be.
what
Who knows?
Yeah, I think
He's
as soon
locked
as they
in.
sign it, I think it's as
He's
soon as he
locked
sign it,
in for that long.
as soon as he
period.
commit.
So you got to understand, you got a child.
Oh, so, hey, I'm about
Man,
to
that
hop
kid ain't
off,
gonna
y'all.
go to college. You give him $8
Jay,
million
have a good
right
one,
now.
bro.
All right,
All
y'all.
right, Jaylee.
All right now.
All right,
But you know
Jaylen, have a good one.
You
you
go.
know what's good for them kids. Them kids could use that as leverage. They could be like, these people paying me $8 million. You know what you gonna
Right.
come to the table with?
Wind up making a $30 million contract.
Right.
To
And
go
a
to
lot of
college.
them, yeah.
The
Because you know
college game
before
would be
it
messed
used,
up once they really get the hang of this NIL and them players really start getting the hang of it and start using them colleges against each other. Oh, it's a wrap. It's gonna be worse than
that's
the
why
pros.
Saban was mad. Saban was mad because
Hell
a lot
yeah,
of
he
them
was
kids are
mad.
staying in their home states and going to HBCUs.
That's what happens with Rutgers. Rutgers is now starting to maybe try to get some of these kids that keep going all around all over the place. They haven't been able to recruit some of these really high-profile players that are around the Jersey area.
But now you can.
But with Shiano here, they're starting to be able to get some of these guys
Yeah.
to stay,
Yeah,
and that's
with that
what
money.
Rutgers is needed to be able to have more success with their school going forward in terms of in terms of athletics.
Yeah, for sure. They gotta pay the players. I mean, I
Go
feel
ahead,
they
Lou.
deserve it.
I said I'm about to head out. It's 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Kids
It's
deserve
Sure
it.
is. I'm finna shut it down myself.
Yeah, man,
Man,
y'all
thank
hold that
y'all.
down.
Thank for everybody coming in tonight. Tonight's show was absolutely hilarious. People putting their foot in their own mouth. It was hilarious tonight, man. I appreciate all you guys for coming on.
Welcome to Giants fans. I don't even know what the hell to call it anymore.
Love it,
You
man.
call this
What the hell?
Crew Big Blue Podcast with the Big Blue Crew.
The
Shout out
Big
to everybody that came
Blue
in. But
Crew.
we finna get up out of here.
Hold
Hit
it
y'all with a
down.
smoke screen, and we'll see you. Are we doing the Big Blue Lounge tomorrow, Lou? Or
You already know it. Thursday night
all right,
football.
we'll see you on the Big Blue Lounge tomorrow. Until then, smoke
Who
screen.
play Thursday night?
Browns and
Oh, that is
Steelers.
right.
Yeah.
Browns and
We're
Steelers.
doing the Big Blue Lounge. If you want to call the Steelers game during the Big Blue Lounge, then we can do that. But
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah.
oh well, Steelers versus Browns tomorrow.
Bet that.
I think the Steelers win.
It's gonna
because
be
the
the
Browns
big
suck.
Trubisky better step
It's
up.
gonna give you updates of what's going on.
Horrible.
We're really gonna be talking Giants.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I can't keep this wild bunch in order. You know what I'm saying? I'm like to get a New York Giants gavel. So I can be exactly the same.
Get your gavel, Lou. Where's your gavel? You gotta get
You
a
know
gavel
why I
out
did
there.
it? Because I got high. because I
Man, I can't wait until the Giants start endorsing the Big Blue Crew.
Oh
Oh, I can't
Somebody
wait
needs
till
to
they
get
start
Joel a
endorsing
Jimmy
too.
G jersey.
Okay, we still live, people.
Yeah,
Oh,
we are
yeah.
too.
Smoke
Hold
screen.
up.